We've got a little bit of a fan fest going outside it, just creating a buzz around the building um, that hope just brings people in the right spirit. If we started this conversation off of, we play 150 games. We don't control the winning and losing. What do we control? And we control the experience. And I think that's what we can do. That's what I charge my staff with, is saying, from the minute you walk in to the minute you leave, particularly when you leave, we don't want them to know whether we won or lost. We just want them to know they had a good time. And that's so important, because when you don't win, it's unlike the major league sports level.
For sure.
Our friends next door, when you lose, it's a whole week. They got to marinate and hear the media, and it's just not that way. We play every day for the most part. So, you strap it on, you play again tomorrow. And kind of a simple way to look at it, but
the experience that you guys have, it's unreal. It's different, especially with the skyline right there in the background. I mean, I don't know any stadiums. Joel, you're the baseball guy. You probably know more stadiums that could replicate this. I mean, you can't have a bad experience.
I mean, especially AAA. This is unreal. I do love PNC Park in Pittsburgh. I've been to 16 stadiums across the country. Well, at least professional stadiums, and you count, a few minor league stadiums. And I remember when you guys were in Fort Mill,
Yep.
because my buddy, I got out of college and I chose not to continue to play baseball. He went and he was in the minors for like 5 years, and he played down here. And I remember we went and watched him.
You and 5 other people, right?
Me and my buddies, yeah.
It was tough. It was a tough go down there.
And I think there was maybe 500 people at the game. But after the game, we went uptown here. We went and played pool all night. And he's like, man, just one day I made it to AAA. Like, I'm going to get the call. And literally 3 days later, he got the call from that night. I was like driving to Fayetteville for some work experience. And I was like, no way. And then within a couple years from that, that was like, I think 2013 maybe.
Yeah.
And when did you guys move uptown?
That was our last year, was 13.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we moved up here in 14. I was heavily involved in the process of selecting the site. There were 5 sites in the study, and I wasn't even working here at that time. I was working for another team for my owner, and came and just looked at these sites, and I've often told this story. I got to this one. I parked on the side of 3rd Street at that time. There was a street going right through the middle of this, and it was grass and it was parking, and I just stood out there and I kind of envisioned where home plate would be, and I looked at that skyline. I said, this is it. The other places were great, but I go, this is it. And when it was privately funded, we could make that decision. Oftentimes, you're told where you have to go through an elected body, city or county. This was our money, and it really turned into just something special. I was talking this morning about it. Someone said the skyline, and I said the only one that I know of that's really creative and nice is Pittsburgh. I said that. To look out, see the water, see the city. But this is very close to it, and just creates it when the sun goes down and the towers light up, particularly when you're at the holiday time, red, white, and blue. You see all the banks, all of them lit up, and it's second to none. I love coming to work here every day.
That's amazing. And do you have anything in like April upcoming? Is there specific nights or events that you guys are hosting that you would like to highlight and showcase?
Well, I think this weekend particularly, of course, tonight if you can't make it, and I know this is going live or whatever. Tomorrow night we've got a game at 6:35. We've got a drone show afterwards, which is new type of promotion. Sunday we have Family Day. We play in the afternoon. We used to have kids run the bases. That's standard. Now we're transitioning it to everybody runs the bases.
Oh.
You've heard adults that are saying, why can't I run it?
How many hammies we pulling out there?
Yeah, we don't know. Make sure we're signing waivers for all that stuff. But just a lot of excitement. I mentioned some of the staples. Every Friday night you're going to come and see fireworks. You're going to see Bark in the Park. You're going to see, Salute to Charlotte Sports. Just a number of nights. Pretty much every night that you're here, you're going to see something go on. Yeah. And that's a part of the promotion of minor league baseball. That's what all the teams do, and we're no different. We try to really focus on it.
Part of the promotion and the experience, right? Creating that unique experience depending on what day it is. So we're going to see some fireworks tonight.
We're going to see some fireworks. Keep the rain away, all that. It's going to be a beautiful night. We'll see fireworks, and hopefully some great baseball.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Amazing.
I'm curious. I think one of my last curiosities to ask you, Dan, is obviously you guys are so committed to the experience, the community building. How do you think about, like, within the game, engaging fans, whether they're baseball fans or not baseball fans. Like, how do you think about fan engagement as part of that overall experience?
Great question, and really something that my staff is committed to this year is the entertainment experience within the game, activating the experience with our fans during the game, contest selection, music selections, you know, the, the, the explosion of what you guys are doing and what social media is doing. And it's expected in many of these sports venues, is especially baseball with 18 breaks, 19 breaks. You're getting these breaks. You got to be keeping them engaged.
For sure.
And so our team does a wonderful job of it. More so energized this year than last year. It's really keeping people engaged all the time, and that's through using your phone. That's doing contests. We spent well over $4 million last year on technology in the building, new production room. Always constantly upgrading the ability. You can imagine on any given night there's 7,000 or 8,000 people on the phone at the same time inside our building, which I didn't realize how much that technology costs to make sure that you're able to get these signals and be able to do this. But it's what the younger generation of the fan base that we're hitting, and Charlotte is clearly a melting pot of all different demographics of people all over the country. But Truist Field has been a collecting point for a lot of the younger generation that are living in these towers uptown, and the immediacy of what they want to do and the content and how they want to get it, exactly what you guys are doing. That's how our business is shifting. The old days of standard advertising and marketing, those are basically gone, and that wasn't too far long ago. That was 5 years ago. We were looking at a 80-20, static advertising, billboard, etc., to the complete flip, where it's now 20% of what we're doing, and that's just
the problem is these things. We got endless entertainment, endless dopamine right here. So
Immediate.
you have to find ways to keep their attention, right? Like,
it is, and we find our social media team is wonderful, and just being able to create content, and most often the most watched or looked at content really isn't about the players. It's about showing a picture of somebody with bringing in a St. Bernard dog, and they're posting it, and the fireworks, and they're posting that, and the unique things, the drone shows, they post it, and that's where we're following, and that's where we're getting the attention.
Yeah. Tapping in the community a little bit, making people feel seen and
That's
belong.
right, and it's immediate, and that's, like I said, that's changed, and I'm fortunate. I that wasn't the generation I grew up in, but it's the generation that I better figure out how to connect with, or I'll get left behind, and that's hopefully I'm smart enough to do that and get those people engaged. And it's really fascinating to look at it.
Oh, you certainly are, especially if you bring in all of the different and correct collaborators to really help bring that out. So maybe a fun collaboration brewing here for live experiences, entertainment, and community building.
Yeah, sounds great. Look forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dan, thanks so much for coming in today. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Great talking to you guys. Great meeting you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Likewise.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Go Knights. Friday night.
Go
versus
Knights.
The Durham Bulls. Boo.
Nice, that was awesome.
Great.
Nice.
Dan, you
Awesome,
crushed
guys.
it, man.
You're a natural.
I've done
Holy cow.
a couple of them.
Yeah, we'll grab this mic off.
Yeah, I don't want to walk out on that. Probably about a $500 piece of.
We'll get all your conversations the rest of the night then.
Right. Afterwards, I'm giving the speech to the staff, and we're all drinking.
Yeah.
Celebrate.
Well,
That's
good
right.
luck
It's a
to you
good
guys.
celebration. Thank you.
Yeah, it is. Well, you get them, but still gives you chills. I mean, it's still kind of cool. I got another thing to talk.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Doug. Yep. Next time we give you the hard interview. The hard hitting question. These mics are live. We're live on here.
We're live. All right, boom. We're live on Linxy TV. All right.
Uh-oh, Joel, be on your best behavior. Here we go. It's Friday night. I'm at a bar. Good luck.
Come on.
Oh, Terry in the house. Let's go.
Oh yeah, come on. Terry, how you doing?
Oh, perfect. Get a little loose.
On the hot seat.
I'm the follow-up after the night.
Heck yeah. Let's go.
Cool.
Hey, I'm Joel.
Hey Joel, Casey.
Casey, pleasure
Yeah.
to meet you.
I think I met you at one of the Chili Coffee Clubs like a year ago.
I was like, I recognized her. Yeah.
All right.
Hello. Hi.
Casey, if you had to explain in a couple words what you would like us to ask questions to highlight, what would that be?
I think a good one is like why I started single and dating, and then like
What the dating scene's like in Charlotte?
yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I would say just before we start, I would like to tell you a little bit, and then maybe you could come up with the questions that you want. But you know, I'm in my 30s, and I've never been on a. I've been on a dating app, never went on a.
Welcome. We're just excited to have you and talk to you a little bit about your story and this unique community that you're building. You want to tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, sure. So I started single and dating very spontaneously. I would say in December of 24.
Okay.
A little bit after that. But it started with just an idea. I went out to the bars a couple of times when I found myself single with 2 kids in my 30s. I quickly realized this is not the same as what it was in my 20s. So I was like,
The landscape has changed.
is this it? So then I was like, do I need a result to like meeting people in the grocery store, like at church or something? So
What time should I go to the grocery store today?
someone once told me, and it was so funny, they're like, oh, the Harris Teeter on South End, like between like 5 and 7 on Fridays. I was like, oh, this is a thing. It's an actual thing. So
Wow, it's a dating hub. Interesting.
I know, who knew? Maybe that's our next event spot is HT.
There you go.
Meet me at the produce.
They have a bar.
Yeah. And then it's like, okay, so you see someone cute in the grocery store, like, do we approach them or is that weird? So I was like, yeah. No.
Nobody approaches anybody.
Exactly, right? So, anyways, it kind of just started out with, like, I think my first event was a hike. We did, like, horseback riding, things that, like, sounded really fun for me, but I'm like, I don't want to go necessarily do that by myself, especially, you know, I'm not going to go hiking by myself. And I'm definitely not going to go on the dating apps and meet someone and say, hey, let's go hiking on our first date. So I thought it would be really cool to have something more unique that isn't so cookie cutter. Like, I didn't want to do any like fast speed dating. It's just not for me.
And the dating app energy has completely died. I got a bad rap for good reason. People were like, I don't want to use dating apps.
Right.
It's a weird,
Yeah.
I don't want to call it a cesspool, but it's like a weird situation.
Yeah, I never really got into, I like would download them and I would stop at, okay, upload pictures of yourselves. And I'm like, okay, I don't have any of myself, it's all my kids. So I just kept hitting this like roadblock where I was like, there's gotta be, you know, something else. And it turns out there's a lot of that in Charlotte, especially. I was talking to ChatGPT, my best friend, and they're like, there's like a lot of singles right now, especially in, you know, late 20s even, and 30s. So even people in their 20s that, you know, like for me, I would go out to the bars and meet people. It's like, well, now a lot of them don't want to drink.
Yeah.
So it's like, where do you meet people?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's cool. So you have a community, but it's also somewhat AI tech enabled to like spice it up in real time. Is that kind of how you do it?
Yeah, it started out as one thing and it's kind of evolved and grown into like all these really cool, unique experiences. So a good friend of mine, Bob Durkin, to give him a shout out.
Bob Durkin.
Bob Durkin. So he was like, why don't you do something with AI? And so I looked into like AI matchmaking and found a really cool software, and that was just kind of hit the spot. And it just gave, I think, it took away a lot of the pressure for people to meet. And that problem of, hey, I think they're really cute or really handsome. I don't really know how to start conversation. Just like an icebreaker.
Yeah, you see it as an icebreaker. And how does, like, one of your top features, I know you have several features on there.
Yeah.
What's one of the spiciest or the most interactive features that you've created?
I'm trying to think of features. So how it works is it's just basic, like you'll answer questions when you get to the event, and then AI will compute based on their compatibility. And then we'll have like the, you know, top 10 matches, and we'll usually do like some kind of activation at our sporting events, like going out on the court or some kind of like meet and greet opportunity. Yeah, did that answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's, I mean, it's really interesting, obviously, when we think about Linxy and how we want to connect people based off of interests. And really, we're also aligned with like wanting to create sober activities. It feels like the old way to meet people is go to a bar, drink, try to like, you know, talk to somebody there, try to talk to a girl. It's just like not how most people want to you know.
It's changing.
Yeah, it's just changing. The landscape's changing completely.
Yeah, but we're still human. We still need connection, and I love adventure, and I hope I don't know if I speak for everyone, but like trying new things is still exciting to me just because, you know, so.
For sure.
So what's that journey been of like building? Is this your first
Yeah.
company, second company? Or?
Yeah, oh yeah. This was not meant to ever be any kind of company or business at all. It was strictly just to create community in hopes that I was not the only person on this little island by myself.
Yeah.
And so it's been a beautiful thing, like individually for myself. Yeah, I would say it's like the happiest I've ever been.
That's
Just
amazing.
surrounded by like super cool people, and it's like things are just falling into place. Connections are happening, opportunities that I never even imagined. So yeah, it's been a journey. Really awesome. Yeah.
It's so interesting because like the in real life connections and community, it's so central to like human health because that's like the energy. That's where you pull energy from, and it's
Yeah,
just
human connection is the number one longevity tool in
yeah,
the world.
yeah, it is.
And they've studied like the blue zones, and some people argue movement's number one, like working out. Other
Right.
people say it's human connection. Like those are
Makes
the top
sense.
two.
Yeah.
But human connection seems to be like winning, like how much good connection, love you have in your life.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
I'm a gut health guy. I have a book in health and human performance, and I'm like, man, human connection's even above that. And you know, we're in that space too of
Yeah.
helping people bridge that gap between online use and getting back
Right.
into public and finding the best connections.
Yeah.
So I love what you're doing there.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell everybody a little bit about maybe some upcoming events or gatherings or things that you love or are
Yeah.
looking forward to in Charlotte coming up.
Yeah, we've got May 9th. We have the second round of Charlotte FC games, so we're super pumped for that. It was a huge success last year.
Wow. What's that
Great
look like?
energy.
May 9th?
May
FC
9th.
Charlotte.
Yep. So we'll have. I think last year we had a little over 100 people. I'd never been to the Charlotte game before, so
Wow.
it's a first experience for me. Super fun. Their energy is unmatched.
It's really great. It
at the
is.
game, so super fun. We have a hike next Saturday. It's just for community base, and then it's we're open for donations that will go to Madeline's Fund. So a lot of the events that we do, especially our wellness events, we'll do a portion of the proceeds to a nonprofit organization in Charlotte. So we focus a lot on like nonprofits for NICU families.
Okay.
Because my daughter was in the NICU for an extensive period, so try to give back in that aspect as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well,
amazing.
I'll switch it up because
Yeah.
I'm so curious. Like, there's all kinds of fun dating stories, and there's also so many fun entrepreneurial stories, and you're trying to
Yeah.
do both. So,
Yeah.
what's one fun story that like really stands out from your time building Single and Dating?
Okay, so the most recent one was February at the Hornets. So we were supposed to high five the Hornets, so we have to shout out the Hornets because they've been killing it, right?
Yeah.
But there was a last minute change, and they're like, you know what? We're not gonna high five the Hornets. And the next thing you know, here comes KD, and we're like, okay, this is cool. So that was like a very unique experience. We had like the top 10 matches got to go out on the court with us and experience that, which, yeah, I think everyone just had like a really, really good time.
So you must have a knack with being able to integrate and present what you're offering to be able to get into some of these huge accounts.
I think the Charlotte community is just so awesome. Like, I think everybody is just like, how can I help you? How can I help you? How can I support you? And that's what makes Charlotte so great. So it's like, if I do one thing, people are connecting me with the next person, and it's a way we kind of all give back to each other, and it always comes full circle.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of why I think I'm sitting here with you guys.
Yeah, yeah, truly. I mean,
Yeah.
we all love collaboration so much, and that's
Yeah.
like really where like beautiful things come. You can't do it alone. You have to find the right connections and people
Yeah.
and community to create and bring
Yeah.
people together. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's really really amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I feel like you're very aligned with us. Creation, collaboration, community. Those are like three powerful words in our sphere here. And it's
Yeah.
just so appreciative of you coming on today. Is there any other words you would like to say about your journey or the experiences upcoming?
I would love to find out if any of you are dating. I feel like everyone's gatekeeping. Like, you need to, if you guys have connected and you're dating, because I've heard through the grapevines that there's been some connections and we've got boyfriends and girlfriends happening, but you got to tell me.
For sure. Well, I am dating. I am in a relationship with my girlfriend Ashley Roca,
Yeah.
who will be here tonight if she's not already here. So I am happily in a relationship myself. and we met at a Chili Coffee Club in real life
that's
at a real experience,
It's
not on the
happening.
dating apps. So yes,
That's awesome. And no hate to the dating apps. I know it works, but it just wasn't for me.
It
So,
works for some.
yeah,
It works for some.
for sure. But
And
thanks for having
I'm
me today.
very passively dating, but I'm married to the game. I'm married to Linxy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it takes about 80 hours a week, and I don't think I even have the time necessarily for a woman. It feels like sometimes. That's
Yeah.
probably more of an excuse than anything. But
Looking
that's
for the right one.
I'm looking for the right
Yeah,
one. I'm
that's
a
right.
very patient man.
There you go. There
Very
you go.
patient man.
We love
Sometimes.
Yeah, right.
that. Love that. Awesome.
Well, hey, thanks for joining
Yeah,
us on
thank you so
opening
much.
night here in
Yeah,
Charlotte.
this is great. Thanks
Amazing.
for having me. Yeah, yay.
Thanks, Casey.
Thank
Boom.
you.
Boom.
Sweet.
I feel like I didn't ask that question right, but it's fine.
all these events
Yeah.
and your team out there, and I'm like, man, David's really doing it. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of, entrepreneurs out there in the world that want to start a business or start, and then there's others that dive in and they say, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And it's been so cool to watch your journey, my man.
I appreciate it. I mean, it has been a long road. It's definitely not one of my first ventures, and to be honest, there's a lot of people that will start out something and it might not be successful at the beginning. And I just say to those people to keep going at it. I mean, you'll eventually find your rhythm and exactly what life calls you upon, and you just got to stay consistent. I mean, this, to be honest, it's like my fourth or fifth venture
Really?
that
Okay.
I started. So I mean, you learn along the way as you do other things as well in life. So
Persistence pays. man.
persistent does
I
pay.
would love to know about that little bit of that journey
Oh, yeah.
prior if you
Oh.
want to dive into it.
I could, yeah. I mean, I don't think a lot of people know about it, but yeah, I think well before any of this started. Oh, we got the music a little too loud.
Music's too loud.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
Banana.
There you go. It's all bananas.
yeah.
I mean, the journey is bananas, to be honest. Like, look, so I always knew from the beginning I wanted to have something of my own. I just didn't know what it was. And I always studied it, kind of understand what, the 101 of business entrepreneurship is about. And my first venture into that space was trying to do promotional products. Not many people knew about that, but I did try. And, it's one of those trial and error. You go knock doors. People want to see proof of concept. They want to see, things. My idea behind promotional products is to give different hospitals, I think they do generally like 3 or 4 events throughout the year. Well, they'll host an event for all their employees and they'll give out promotional products, and they usually go after an account. So I saw that as an opportunity. I was like, hey, that'd be cool. Like, let me get my feet wet in providing something more economical for them, but also very community driven forward. And this was like maybe 10 years ago. I was already thinking about community wellness forward things, but I was like, hospitals would love that, like a bottle of water, like a towel or something that with their logo, but find them a really cheap price and do an event with them. So did a couple of those, but it just was one of those things I wasn't consistent about. I still was doing my full time, and I learned a lot from that. So that's one of the ventures, and from there you gradually do different things, like community driven things that really matter to me, like the soccer stuff. When we announced that team, that was another thing I jumped in on whenever someone gave me the call. They were like, hey, would you be interested in doing something like this with us? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I didn't know it was going to become a massive thing, but it became that thing, and learned a lot from that. And that's kind of what gave me the confidence to what I have today.
You know what that makes me think of? It's interesting because every yes that you say, it's like planting a seed.
Yeah.
Right? And if you can get really good at saying yes to the right things and you're starting to plant these seeds,
Yeah.
whether it's an experience that you fail at,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. It was a seed that you learned how to sow, and eventually it's going to start to like blossom, right?
Right.
And it leads you onto your unique journey, which is like so cool to hear how your seeds have planted
Yeah.
you to get you to where you are now.
You
Agreed.
brought up confidence,
Yeah.
and that I see that seed connecting to the
Yeah.
confidence. The more you see, you keep putting in the reps, and it develops self-love, self-esteem, and self-confidence.
Yeah, I mean,
And I see that flowing out of you.
I appreciate it. I mean, there's a thing about authentic. Wow, I can't even say the word.
It's a tough one.
Being authentic, yeah, authenticity. Yes. Why couldn't I say that? You have to be authentic. I mean, in anything you do, this was born out of the idea of me changing habits. Before this, the only thing that was accessible was alcohol, wine, beer, all that. Not to knock it, but I realized that's just something I was maybe consuming a bit too much of. The hangovers, they don't treat you the same as you get older. And then I guess the dependency on heavy caffeinated products. And I noticed myself drinking a lot of Red Bull. So that journey took me on to discovering this and understanding the product a bit more, and said, let's go all in on something that I really care about, that is part of my lifestyle, and why not introduce habit changes in my community that could also benefit of something like this. So, yeah.
And tell us a couple things. How long you been in Charlotte?
I've been in Charlotte just about my whole life. I mean, so a little history about myself. I was born in LA. I grew up in New York, Queens, till I was like 7 years old. And then my parents, they were actually moving to Miami. And my dad I had a friend, he had a house like up in Mooresville. So they ended up just staying. They found jobs, whatever. So like, I've been here since I was 7.
Very
So
cool.
yeah,
Very cool.
yeah.
What are some of your favorite things around Charlotte, whether it's locations,
Yeah.
events, organizations,
Yeah.
communities?
I'm really big, again, into the wellness activation stuff that we have going on. I enjoy, again, what Justin's doing. I've started collaborating a lot more with Noor. Shout out to Noor and her community on Trail Wellness, which is coming up soon, the 28th. You guys want to catch that?
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, the 28th. Yeah. So if you, she may have some tickets still left. So just check it out. But she's gonna have these reoccurring events for sure. And then just community-driven stuff. I mean, I know we just had Casey right on the single and dating. We've done events with her. I'm really big into the music scene. I love the local DJ community. So I've done a lot with some of the retail locations that we have accounts with, and have given me the keys to do events for. I'm bringing on the local performers and see what we can bring from a cultural experience from them, and then also giving a alternative out for beveraging. So that kind of stuff drives me every day. So
Really cool.
Yeah.
It's really interesting too, because I feel like you have a different approach with your business, which it's a physical product.
Yeah.
But you have this like community building initiative and going to events, which isn't typical. Like,
Right.
how did that all come together, and how do you think about your business growth strategy through activations, through community?
That's true. I mean, that is true. And I think, honestly, that a lot of people are starting to I'm starting to see some of the competitors also do something similar, but I think there's a lot of value off of seeing your actual customer base and seeing what their lifestyle is like, right? I come from a community background because we help lift off Blue Foodia, which is part of nonprofit Charlotte FC. And I learned a lot from that. I mean, I learned how much growth comes out of, putting groups together and different things of like-minded individuals. And I think that's what really drove our growth again, because we're aligning ourselves to different demographics and groups that like the same thing. Again, my biggest key things are ensuring that there's something that's creating a community within Charlotte, the wellness aspect, and the music scene. So that's kind of why I've kind of leaned onto those aspects.
Such a cool penetration strategy that
Yeah.
you have, and it's really obviously causing a lot of growth. And man, so excited to see you continue to grow.
Yeah, no, appreciate it. Yeah. How about you guys? What's been going on? I know you guys are asking me questions, but what's new with Linxy? We want to hear it too.
Linxy is doing so many things right now.
Yeah.
It's a little over- we got 2 events tomorrow, another 2 more on Sunday. We've got this activation tonight. And we're just so blessed. We're meeting so many people. We're doing so many different connection experiences, community building experiences.
Yep.
And if you guys want to go live on Linxy,
Let's
right
do it.
now,
Hey, I actually have the app too.
you can go live at Graham Street.
Let's
for
do it.
Charlotte Nights, opening night. And we're about to start some trivia questions here. Looks like a couple extra of our friends. Amira just showed up. Marissa just
Go live, guys. Go live.
Some of our new people. And so really when you get into a location or an event, you can check in and go live. And that's how Linxy can help you connect with your best connections in real time. But
Yep.
yeah, we're having a lot of fun with it. And
And it works with Android, by the way, too.
it works with Android.
It works with Android. I am an Android guy. I do apologize, but it has helped with some of the troubleshooting, right? I mean, you live and learn with a couple of things, so I'm glad,
What David is referencing there is we are very humble, and we've had many tech bugs, and we've learned through our tech experience that we break our tech sometimes.
Yeah, of course, it
we got one
happens.
this week, and we're like, fix this.
Yeah.
Fix this.
It's great. No, it's great. I mean, I think it's awesome that what you guys are doing, again, building community in different ways. So it's beautiful. The other thing is, I mean, I want to make sure that people understand we're also coming out with our adaptogen only line, possibly a sparkling lemonade here pretty soon.
Ooh,
but we're
that
going to be
sounds fun.
doing that for one of the events coming up on April 17th and 18th in Columbia. I'll be making that announcement in my page, so follow us at Altura Bev. Look out for the announcement that we're having out pretty soon.
I think that's a Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be next month. There's going to be a big festival. We'll be doing an announcement of our partnership there, but I don't want to give out too much yet until it's finalized.
April 17th and 18th
Yeah, look
in
out for it.
Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah.
With David and Altura.
Yep.
Get on, people.
Here we go. Man, what a unique fusion. Altura Beverages, Linxy Live. It's all about live experiences,
Yep.
community building, activations. Such a pleasure to collaborate and to connect with you, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the opportunity to speak on what we're building. Again, I appreciate always collaborating with you guys and love seeing y'all's growth as well.
Let's get loose.
Why not? I mean, these are for you guys.
Come on, boom,
If you
let's
want this
go.
one, go for it.
Wait,
but-
only 5 milligrams.
Hey,
I
go.
need
Let's
one more
go for
than
the
that.
10.
go.
Let's go for the 10. I think that's the new
Oh, the
new
mango
trend, right?
passion. I'm a mango passion.
Mango
guy.
passion guy.
Mango.
Well,
I think
Come on.
Wild Beer is your top seller though.
top seller, and you know what's been I would say a staple for us now has been the Golden Lime. Shout out to Goodyear House and Chiefs for putting us on, getting that in rotation. they've been doing phenomenal there, by the way, as well. So
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, thanks, David, for
Yeah.
coming in today.
great.
Pleasure. Let's
Thank
go.
you as well.
Always
Thank
a
you.
pleasure, brother.
And
Thank you,
always,
brother.
baseball over soccer.
Soccer,
Come
all
on,
sports,
football.
community over everything.
Nice. Oh, great
Cool.
job, man.
Thank you.
You're natural, bro.
I'm trying, man.
Yep. All right. All right, Terry. I'm micing you up, my guy. Actually,
Yeah,
here,
I have
what are
that
you
in
doing?
the live stream.
David, when you have a moment, she showed up with all four of them.
Wow. Okay, so we are getting our next guest lined up. Who do we have up next?
Oh, we have Terry Greenwood, the one and only.
All the troubleshooting.
What up? All right. Let's tell me a little bit of the story. Should we rock it? All right, let's do it.
Yeah, that'll come in handy for this kind of stuff. You know, kind of keep the flow going. All right. Well, let's look. Might as well take a look at the setup here while they're going. Josh, what do you got going on here, man?
Too much.
Not too much. Yeah, it looks like you got some stuff.
You're allowed to bring it. Too much. Behind the scenes.
Oh, he's camera shy. He's one of those guys. All right, so the pub's starting to get a little full. You happy with the turnout?
Oh yeah, it's been great, man.
Awesome.
We're loving it.
Awesome.
Let's go. Linxy. Live.
All right. Man, what a beautiful night. If you've never been down to Charlotte, this was where we fell in love with this city. Came down here one time, visiting, having some great food here at the Graham Street Pub. Shout out to them. And killer view of the field tonight. Home opener. And our guests are up. Go ahead and go back to the main cam.
Sunglasses okay? Okay. Yeah. Give me a button. One. Maybe if you I kind of like the no button, but
Exactly.
is that good?
You need to touch the scan. FP, right? Not suitable for podcast.
Not suitable for podcast. Oh man, are we going? We're good. Good, man.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
You want me to kick this one off?
I'm just
No, I
happy
got
that
it, I got
I'm
it.
just happy that we're here.
Terry, I think we're happy that you're here as well. Like Terry Greenwood, the one and only. I mean, your energy is electric. Since Joel and I met you, man, like a month and a half, 2 months ago, you're just always popping in. You know everybody. You're a super connector, but you just have this like amazing energy. Like, let's just start off with that. Like, how do you maintain this energy at your age?
Well, should you tell that I've funded Linxy and that's why you have me on here?
Not yet. We might pull you in though.
We'll have to think about him as an investor. He might be a little bit nutty in the boardroom.
We like that though. We're a little nutty ourselves. Let's be honest.
So I actually think to answer the question, one of the things, I have some friends in my group that have done well and they've slowed down and so forth. And I think the key to just kind of continuing connection is to stay with folks like you guys. I'm fortunate that a lot of the work I do with brands and things of that nature is with younger people, so it really helps you stay relevant.
Yeah.
And
feed off that energy around
for
you.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's great.
And you're even kind of hip on social media. Like, you got me following every story of yours. I'm like, this guy's kind of hip, bro. Like, I need to pick up some of your social media game here.
Thanks. That was kind of started by a have-to scenario.
Okay.
Had a couple of outdoor brands, and just like you guys starting Linxy, when you get started, you're all in, but you're all it, which means you're pretty much doing everything.
Yeah.
And so a couple of outdoor brands that I've started, fortunate enough that we exited well. But when you start, nobody's making any money.
Yep.
Everybody's doing everything they can. And so I kind of, I'm a storyteller anyway. So the ability to kind of grow and learn in the content world, in the roles I'm in now, you have to be able to measure how somebody else is doing in that part. So the best way to measure it is just to try to do it yourself and see how hard it is. See if you can be relevant in your comments. But most importantly, that social media is meant to connect, right? Just like what you guys are doing in person with events live. You got to connect to get the people there.
For sure, you absolutely do. And it's become a little bit too much on the swiping and scrolling, even though it's a way that you can connect online. It's not what people need. It's not the like in real time experiences that we're looking for. So it's a unique blend and spin on how people connect.
Oh, Terry, they're coming for you.
Terry.
I didn't tell him I was coming here.
And I feel like another reason that you might, have this, besides like being around young energy, you're also an adventurer, and a lot of the brands that you're working with, and maybe you could talk about Gear Goat Exchange, are like adventure. They're like going outdoors. They're health related. Like, how much does that play into the overall picture for you as well?
Well, it plays a lot, enough so that I've just had hip replacement surgery from being a little more active than I needed to be, I guess.
Yeah. What happened?
Snowboarding.
Well, accumulation over time. I mean, college football at this size, returning punts, being hit by guys that weigh over 200.
Oh, man.
Snowboarding. I've fallen off everything you can ride, from horses to bikes to goats to donkeys.
Oh, man.
So just over time, the wear and tear, that's one of the hip replacements. So, but from an adventure standpoint, I think I've just, they're going to find me yet. So.
I think you're secure with us.
Okay. We're just telling you you're the parole board and you've got me up here.
Yeah.
Sounds good? Sounds good?
Yep. I don't know if that'll pass with these shirts that we got on.
Well, you're undercover.
Yeah, we're undercover.
You're undercover. You're watching for somebody else besides me that's important. To go back to your question about health, activity, I think adventure, just that space that, I got into the things I'm doing now kind of as what you guys refer to now as side hustles. You have a few of those going on. And my side hustles became the thing that drove the energy. And so it just so happened I ended up doing brands that were in the outdoor space, whether that is sporting life, plantation hunts, snowboarding, fly fishing. So you're getting outdoors, and I'm one of those guys that there's a lot that I can do pretty well in the outdoors, but when you're in places like Jackson Hole and your partners are those guys, adrenaline junkies, you're the guy that thinks you're pretty good and they take you out in the backcountry or wherever just so they can laugh at the tenderfoot, the city boy. So continuing to try to get better and again, just staying active so that I'm not that guy that I guess deteriorates mentally and physically because you're just don't have that purpose, I mean, again, going back to what you guys are doing with Linxy and with Skylink Media, you have a reason to get up every day. And, connection with Ashley and Compresh. I mean, look how excited she is, and she could just as easily be 20 years older and have this new thing that just gives you that energy. And so I've been doing that since my 20s. Something new that you find that just gives you that connection and reason to get out there.
It's pursuing purpose. And
Yeah.
the other piece of it is having the persistence to keep pursuing that purpose. That's the fuel. That's the everyday energy that you get. And when you continue to choose and pursue purpose, you have unlimited, unboundless energy regardless of age. Right? Look, Joel, you're the same. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm 21. Did you know that?
I thought you were 23. Close. I would have guessed a little high. So sorry.
I'm
Sorry
way
about
over
that.
that.
No,
I'm
I
way
know.
over that. I'm hiding under the skin.
Well, I've been bragging on you two guys to friends of mine, my youngest who just got back from Thailand a few months ago. And what am I doing? What am I into now? And guys, I've connected to two young hustlers, lots of energy. We back!
We're back. Come on. We feel that too. And Joel and I have talked about you too, just like the continued collaboration and how you move and think in the world, which we've talked a little bit about. But I'm curious also to hear kind of how you think. Obviously, you've made it, as far as like having successful businesses. How do you think about like how you invest in businesses and how you actually like look to deploy capital with kind of the philosophy that we've talked about, purposeful philosophy?
It's interesting for me. The first thing that comes around is it's something that I understand. I'm not a tech investor. I'm a basic business guy. Is there a story to tell there? Is there a connection to be made with that consumer? Is there a little bit of a void where we can grab some market share?
A little white space to grab.
Yeah. But one thing that you guys have recently connected on with a group who's looking interestedly at participating in Linxy and their characteristics for investment in early stage. I know you both have read about them. Plug in for Outlander. And
sure.
Paige Craig, one of the top VCs in the country based in Atlanta, looks at first the people, right? Didn't you read about that?
Absolutely.
Because you can have a great product, whether it's tech, consumer goods, whatever. You can have a great product, but if you don't have the drivers and the founders, maybe you buy in to get them out, but they're not going to be the people to make it happen. And I look at that first, like, am I connecting with the partners? I mean, I think that's what we did pretty quickly, right?
For sure, yeah.
Am I going to be able to connect with the partners? Are we comfortable exciting one another, telling one another when there needs to be an improvement, going the wrong direction? Doesn't matter what age, doesn't matter the experiences, what's the opinion? And then you kind of measure that. So for me, investing and participating, and our guys, we don't do passive investment. We look for where there's a skill set that maybe be missing or short, and we can help fill in and have an impact in person.
For sure.
So those are the kind of the characteristics. What are the founders? What's that void? And is there something that we can do actively to be impactful to the business?
Yeah, for sure. And I think one of the recent ones deals you've been working on with Gear Goat Exchange, do you want to talk about that and like a little bit of like what you saw with their current business model, and based off that philosophy of being an active contributor and coming in to operate, where you saw the white space and how you're actually thinking about that?
Yeah, so Gear Goat Exchange, great foundational brick and mortar store. It's started all about consignment, but if you compare that to vintage apparel, Gear Goat Exchange is everything from bikes to skis, any backpacking equipment, camping, a lot of apparel that might have to do with outerwear and stuff. But like vintage apparel, it's become not only popular, but it doesn't matter how much money you make, people are becoming more conscious of reliving, reusing, repurposing everything. And so that's the space Gear Goat has been in for almost 10 years and laid a real good foundation that I think we can improve the processes, add some technology, add some automation, and just add it kind of has a three-way flex. One is the brick and mortar store. If you think about that, like comparing it to Linxy, that's a local community, right? As Linxy goes live in e-commerce across social media, that's a missing piece for Gear Goat. So the same thing, local, just like we've got a crowd here which is continuing to grow and pay attention. E-commerce online gives you a broader audience, which could include local and more. And then the other part of Gear Goat that I'm excited about, have a great partner that used to be head of product digital marketing at Converse. We're going to develop a e-commerce, re-commerce platform to what we probably can make it happen, be the niche category leader for outdoor brands, sporting life, adventure brands, any overstock, last season's goods. Think about it. Where does that product go now? TJ Maxx, Marshalls. Have you ever? No, there's no story there. So if in Gear Goat we created a story that itself is cool, it's culture, it's got a purpose, doing something good, then it doesn't take away any integrity from the brands that are there.
Exactly, and what you're doing in a unique way, we talked about, Terry, is when you can activate the community and you have a purposeful story, it's something that's powerful that actually like separates you from the competition that might be trying to do the same thing, right? And so you're leading with that community and purpose and story.
Yeah, so the story, the connect to people, and is there something that drives them to want to be part of your community? What's the good that you're doing? And I just think in consumer products, there's very little that's unique, right? So if you're not building a community, why are they shopping there? That you might have a good deal, they might see a one-off thing that they want to buy, but to keep that as a consumer that's loyal, that's building community, you've got to have the story that they want to connect to. And nowadays, I think 20-somethings to 40-somethings are looking for that why. Who are you helping? What's the person? What's the society? Whatever.
You said 20 to 40 something. I thought you were going to say 6, 7 or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to stay away from those trending numbers.
Yeah, you know who knows anything about community? This guy right here, Mr. Linxy himself.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, what I want to know, question I have for you, Terry, I know a little bit of your story, but you've been in Charlotte for a bit. How many years have you been here in Charlotte?
Since you were in diapers, probably 93.
Oh, 93. So you've seen this city transition.
Yeah.
And is there, when you think of Charlotte, is there staples that come to mind, whether it's like Moosehead or like whether it's businesses, communities, experiences around Charlotte that kind of lit you up or gave you energy, or places that you continue to frequent because you love those communities?
Yeah, I think, Charlotte's changed a lot since the Panthers came in '95. I mean, we don't fully appreciate the breadth of pro sports that we have here. And something that's really unique, where we're sitting today at Graham Street Pub, you can walk to professional baseball, to professional basketball, and to professional football.
Two kinds of football too.
Yeah.
Well, exactly,
FC Charlotte.
exactly. Who's probably got, except for the Hornets coming on crazy good lately, they probably got the best record, making the playoffs every year since they started. So,
And the Panthers, just made the playoffs this year. Tough loss. I think it was 34-31 Rams.
Come on, Charlotte, Carolina.
And I was
boost it.
actually here at Graham Street Pub, hanging out with some friends, and Dimitri, the owner here, is really cool. Dimitri, if you haven't met him. Is there other, outside of sporting, is there any other business that comes to mind?
well,
The Beaver? What is that?
Thirsty Beaver? I mean, what an iconic dive, right? So, and one of the stories that is so funny, so the Stones were here for a concert, right? And I know you guys know the story, but just kind of telling it again. Here's Mick Jagger standing in front of Thirsty Beaver that won't hold more than 50 people, and nobody even sees him. I mean, he is literally 10 feet from somebody like this little bar over there who are drinking and don't even notice him.
Just blending in.
I don't know. He
guy
doesn't.
that would be at the
Yeah,
Thirsty Beaver.
yeah. I mean, if you really weren't thinking about it, he looks like a guy that's been at the Thirsty Beaver too many times.
Yeah, it is an
He's
iconic.
been rode hard and put up wet. Sorry, Mick. But yeah, so we've now established a lot of places, a lot of choices for late night entertainment, doing things. I mean, that's an opportunity that you guys have to connect to so many places. And in that vein, I think, again, just talking about Linxy, because I'm excited about it too, you have the opportunity to impact a whole generation that's grown up on their screen and don't necessarily know how to approach people.
I mean, we meet them on the screen and then we bring them back
Yeah,
into the public.
no. I mean, when I was growing up, if you didn't have a line, you weren't going to connect. We
good
could
luck.
define that connect word however you want to.
And since you brought it to Linxy, we have our first trivia question of the night on Linxy Live. If you're at Graham Street, you can answer this question. We're giving out drink tickets to whoever gets the first answer correct in the trivia question here. So what you got to do is you got to check in, go live at Graham Street Pub at this event. And we have our first trivia question here. What year did the Knights play their first game in the new stadium?
Hey, just so you know, I got it too.
Oh, let's go. Terry's
And
on.
anybody in this place can answer the question, and we're giving out drink tickets all night to who answers our poll questions and trivia questions. So it's a way to engage a little bit using Linxy.
Yeah, this is our live activation and a live question for live prize. Did I say live enough?
Live.
Live.
Live life.
Live life.
In real Linxy. That is our new slogan.
Oh, I
we're trying
like
to
it.
figure out.
In real Linxy.
Oh,
I
that's
like
it.
it. I like it.
It's got a nice touch to it.
But Terry, thanks so much for being. Is there anything else you want to highlight, or any other things about Charlotte or upcoming that you want?
Well, I guess what I should put a plug in for my favorite restaurant that's owned. Since you ask about places, Lincoln Street Kitchen and Cocktail. Rooftop, just like 6 blocks away, if that far.
It's amazing.
Right next to Kraft, which was their first thing that they owned at that house. Lincoln Street Kitchen and Cocktails.
Burgers, truffle fries,
Everything. Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Heck yeah, Terry. Bless my man.
Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Great.
If you stay another 30 minutes, I'll be here with you.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. Let me check this because your signal is really weak. No, I need you to get up on the mic a little more, if you would. Just be a little more conscious of it. Yeah, like that's gonna be much better. Okay. Okay, and this one he's been doing all right with going back and forth. We should be good.
It's a little wobbly when the wind
Yeah,
gets
I
heavy.
see that.
It's fine, man. You want to get a little shot? Hear me? How we doing, Chris? Is that good? If I'm this close, it's a little better. Tap, tap.
Gio, you ready, my guy? Looking great, looking great. Dude, this is gonna be fun, man. Let's go, dude. Let's go. First live activation.
Check.
Linxy
1 2.
Live, Tech Media
Check.
Infusion.
1 2.
Oh,
Mic
bold.
check. 1 2. 1 2.
Crisscrossing the city, man. I was against it.
Oh, dude.
1 2.
Just bopping
1
around.
2. Check.
Oh, man.
1
Let's
2.
go. Well, we
1
appreciate
2.
you coming up to us right here in Uptown.
1 2. 1 2. 1 2.
This is Gio.
Check. 1 2. Check. 1 2. Checking. 1 2. Checking. 1 2. 1 2. There you go. Checking. 1 2. 1 2. 1 2. 1 2 3 4. One, two. 1 2.
We're solid.
Really?
Is it coming?
You got like blisters. Who we got now? Gio? Gio, you want to go solo? You want to bring anybody with you?
You tell me, man.
You tell me. Come on, do a quick little thing. Yeah. Matt, get in this picture. We're getting a squad. I think we do squad.
Alright, I'm gonna get it now. Is this a good angle? Love it. You've been working out? There's some strong back muscles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just wait for people to touch my back and be like, I know. You know?
You got one today.
You know? I actually didn't work out today. Yeah. Oh, you're saying a couple.
I haven't worked out in months.
You got the microphone. Yeah, the microphone. Let's do it this way. There was also like a. Oh, one more. Come on, Amir. One more. Let's see if we get. Or get this way. This way. This way. This way.
There goes my drink.
Oh, baby.
Sorry, no, true. I can't waste it.
No.
All right. Can we do it long ways? Like, that way, yeah. Yeah.
Linxy.
All right, perfect.
Amazing.
Now we got it.
Amazing. Thank you. Let's go.
Yeah. You guys want me right here?
All right in the middle.
Is there anything you want us to lead you towards? Any question you want to answer?
Dude, I just want to have like a really good, productive, like
Just
conversation.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, we are rolling with our marathon down here at the rooftop of Graham Street Pub, awaiting opening day for the Charlotte Knights. It's going to be a big party in downtown Charlotte, and our next guest is up here in just a moment. Keep hanging out with us.
Pretty good at a lot of things, so I've got a few talents that I bring out when the time is right.
Yeah, Joel and I have seen it. We're grateful to call you a great friend.
And another guest today that I met at Chili Coffee Club. I remember our first conversation.
That's amazing. What was it?
In the Now Studio. I just remember us connecting, and what was the conversation about? It had to be about human transcendence.
You know what it was? I do
evolution.
remember that. That was at Aventi Studios.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, right. And I remember we were talking about all sorts of like human optimization.
Yes.
I think we were talking about biohacking at some point. That was a really good conversation. And I remember using it explicitly from that event as like, wow, like this guy gets it, man. Yeah.
Same. I was like, whoa, it's not always easy to find the right types of conversations you want to, which is why we built Linxy. Like, how can you like merge that? And I remember like seeing your social links be like human optimization, human performance. Like, who are you? Like, what are you? You're into the same things I'm into?
Yeah.
And right away, like within 15 minutes, I'm like, I want to hang out with this guy.
Right. Well, that's what's cool about Linxy and like what you guys are doing. Like you're bridging the gap between those awkward conversations and you're relying on the happenstance that you happen to find someone that aligns with your values. And if you don't find that in the first 2 minutes, you're probably walking away. And so that's amazing, the connectivity that comes with that. And when you find someone that's able to align on, spiritual conversation and how that applies to business and life and biology and energy and frequency and, all that stuff, I think like that's the connected to goodness mentality that kind of keeps the light going. And obviously we live in a dark world right now, so what you guys are doing it's incredible, man.
I love that line of yours. I've heard it multiple times, and I've always been very attached to it. Connected to goodness.
Yeah.
And that's certainly a signature saying of yours.
I can't take credit for it though. I think it's a David Meltzer thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's got a book called Connected to Goodness, and I really stuck to that concept.
And we just saw David Meltzer at Aspire together.
We did, man.
Yeah, we had a great conversation with him actually.
Love that guy.
And another thing that just aligns together is what you said was the light and being the light in a dark world. And I think that's what each of us have on our own unique journeys, is trying to be the light, the most brilliant, bright light that we can.
Yeah.
Tell us about how you're trying to maximize your light, because I think you're doing a great job, and I've heard so many people just have raving reviews about you. So clearly, when you walk into a room, you're high vibration. You are the light. So talk to us a little bit more about what kind of light you're trying to be in the world.
It's an awesome question, man. I think it's so central to who I want to be and the type of intentionality that I live life at. I look at life as a frequency, and there's a lot of negative emotions like fear and hate and greed and all these things that keep you in this kind of shame guilt cycle or keep you dependent on external substance, but we really are just like energy beings. And when you start to operate in that higher frequency, in the positive spectrum, you start to see synchronicities happening and invitations to come speak in podcasts, and it seems to just happen all at once, and I think that's because you're attracting it. And so I try and really operate in those emotions of authenticity, and accountability, and discipline in my life. I see that when I don't do that, and internally I know I could be doing something better that my consciousness is calling me towards, and I don't do that, it dims my light, and it dims it, and it dims it. And I think at that middle point, from going from negative to positive, is courage. And courage is the turning point that allows you to start to kind of snowball and cascade through that compound effect, and allows you to start to attract those opportunities in life. And so you share that with someone, and then they share it with someone, and that's the gospel, right? You're sharing that positivity, and so.
And people want to be around great energy. You know, there's, I think in our world now, I was talking to some high-level executive the other day in AI, and it's like, here's how the world is shifting really quick, and people are going to be going through tough times. And you know, running your own business is tough, and I go through tough times, so I got to keep my energy up. And I know when I don't have good energy, nobody wants to be around me, especially Leo. He's like, get away from me, just leave me alone. But people, I think, are really looking for that energy, and they can find it in people. And you're one of those people that you're just so light. You're on your toes. You bring energy into rooms. When Gio walks in, it's like, Gio's here. And I love what you said about courage there. And I love what you said about, you know, trying to access it with purpose. And so tell me a little about what your purpose-driven mission is right now. Like, what are you focused on in your life, and where are you going? I know you're about to own your first home.
Yeah, I am. I'm under contract to close on the 8th. My realtor, Nick Cabanas, has been phenomenal. Motivation Mortgage, you know, Tyler Bullock and those guys have made the process so easy. And the home is actually on Wonderland Drive.
No way.
And it's a little oasis, and there's blueberry trees or bushes and pear trees, and there's a chicken coop. And it's this new kind of phase in my life where I'm 31 now, I'm about to be 32, and I'm kind of starting to really think intentionally about the future. And with the changing kind of financial system that we're seeing, and the global events, and how everything is really developing, I think it's so important to just, as a man or the leader in the household, to prepare for that, right? If you plan on having kids, if you plan on getting married, like, now's the time to really understand kind of the levers behind society and how it works, because it's all changing, and there's a gold rush happening right now. We have a chance to actually tap into that, understand the rules to the game. You know, it's all about interest. It's all about credit. You're either paying interest or you're collecting interest. And that was the concept of why I wanted to buy a home. You know, it's kind of a flat market. The number one search term on Google right now in power ranking is can't sell a home, right? So there's a bit of an economic bubble happening. Private credit is like really bad. And so, you know, the US dollar could crash, right? And so how do you leverage that? How do you position? How do you take advantage of it? Hard assets, right? Fixed debt, if inflation happens, is great because it's going to chip away at that, right? And so, you know, that's kind of the era I'm in right now, man. I'm not going to be out here as much, but I'll be, you know, you'll catch me in my backyard, you know, mowing, working on the flowers.
I'm coming over for some fresh farm eggs.
Yes, please do, man. Seriously.
To pet your chickens.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I want in.
Dude, I'll have a housewarming party and just like bring a chicken.
Perfect. But I mean, it's a beautiful message, and it goes back to your earlier point. When you have the courage to face the realities of the world and how things are moving, then you can tap into higher vibration emotions. Versus, like, if you don't have that courage, if you don't tap into that kind of middle state and unlock your higher vibration emotions, then you're going to fall to fear. And that is ultimately when you fall victim to, and whether it's your own victim or you're actually victim to something that happens because you didn't have the courage to go for it and to stand up or to pursue purpose or something meaningful. Right?
You're so right, man. And like, I'm not sitting here pretending I'm perfect. Like, beginning of the year, I had a 3-month period where I was just on a really low frequency and I couldn't get out of it. And it became a fear-driven thing where it was like, oh crap, like what's going on right now? You know, and then through courage, right? Through discipline and through just staying, one day you wake up and then the sun's shining and then it's like go time, you know, and it's like it's like your wheels have been like trying to go and then it hits the pavement and then you're just ready to take off, you know. And so it's all about timing, it's all about sequencing, and like just trust that intuition, that the consciousness that God gave you. Listen to that little voice, right? Don't let it fade, because when you don't listen to it once, it'll come back, but it'll come softer. And if you don't listen to it that time, it'll come back a third time even softer. By the 4th time, it's gone. You know, and then you're chasing all these things that aren't even meant for you. You're chasing, you know, materialism and consumerism, and then you get it, and then you're like, this doesn't even fulfill me. It wasn't even meant for you because you're pretending to be somebody, and trying to attract that version of you. That's not who you are, right?
Yeah, people
Find
are-
out who you are first.
And people are focused on the destination compared to the journey
Right.
and the power of developing that courage along the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe that 3-month period was designed to teach you how to handle adversity and how to transmute that, right, alchemy, into something beautiful, right, something strong. And energy is neither created nor destroyed, right? So how do you work with that, like the statue of David, like Michelangelo, how do you work with that and then form it to something that will help others and inspire them to be their best versions too?
Well, tell us about, you're an energy guy. You like Charlotte, I think.
Love it.
How long you been here?
I was raised here, man.
Born and raised.
I was born in Mexico. But
Born in Mexico, raised in
Guadalajara.
Charlotte.
Tapatio, baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you've seen Charlotte change. You've been all parts of Charlotte. Tell us about some of your favorite businesses, venues, communities, experiences. Like when you think of Charlotte, what are the things that stand out to you, whether it's your local restaurant or bar that you love so much, or certain experiences around the city? What highlights captured you the most since living here?
Yeah. So I grew up here, moved away around 2012, went to school, lived in DC for a little bit, and came back in 21. So after COVID. So before I left, Epicenter was still a thing. And when I came back, Uptown was gone. But South End had grown into itself and created an identity for itself. I live in Plaza Midwood right now, and I really love these buckets of town where there's just so much culture, and you can tell that there's a history there, and there's Central Coffee where I'm at. I like to go there and get my dirty chai, right? And kind of, 2nd Street, I'll go there and thrift some clothes, and I'll go out to Farmers Market, the Charlotte Regional Farmers Market, and get some fresh eggs or, some meats and some flour, whatever that is. I'm really excited about the growth that we're seeing, with the stadium expansion at Bank of America, literally right in front of us. And then obviously the Charlotte Hornets are just like absolutely destroying the NBA. We're really starting to find our identity as a city, and we've lacked that for some time.
And it's because of all these different buckets, like you said, these different pockets of Charlotte have their own unique story and energy and character. But so it's kind of been a little disjointed. I think I felt that having lived in Charlotte for 10 years, and now it is kind of unifying in a certain capacity, and it's because of people like you and people like us trying to build a unified community and bring people together for what we are alike, rather than trying to divide and separate us for what is different about us.
Right. There's a saying I like, just to that specific point. At the bottom, where the bottom dwellers are, there's competition. At the top, it's collaboration, right? Don't get me wrong, business is a dog eat dog, it's a shark infested territory, but when it really comes down to it, the people that are achieving the most in life are having good partnerships, and they have trust, there's respect, there's communication, and they're building. They're not tearing down, and I see that here in the community. Charlotte is a mid-sized market, but it's the 15th largest city in the country and growing. Right, we got a lot of great things happening. A lot of big projects are coming into town. I mean, we're gonna start to see film and TV and the art and theater world and just culture, like the vibrancy that comes with that. So it's a business-friendly state and city, and I think as we continue to develop the infrastructure here, the more that people are gonna want to move here and bring their good ideas. Right, every time you travel, you go to Miami or Dallas or Chicago, Louisiana, wherever you go, you see a little concept. You're like, let's bring that to Charlotte. My buddy Kurt Sowers opened up 88's, awesome jazz cafe, and they have live music Wednesday through Sunday. And it's just like incredible cocktails and good music, and Retro Bar just opened up where SIP used to be, and all these cool concepts are popping up. So invest in the local community, buy local, support local brands, and then start a business. Do that for the city, right? Whatever that looks like.
And we have a lot of sports teams around here. We got opening night here tonight with the Charlotte Knights.
Let's go.
Which sport do you align with most? We got football, the other football.
Yeah.
Baseball, basketball. If there's one team we can't lose in this city, what team do we need the most? What sport do we need the most here in Charlotte?
If you asked me this before the Carolina Panthers last season, I would have probably said Charlotte FC. And before the Hornets.
I love that answer.
And I love Charlotte FC. I played soccer, but I grew up a diehard Carolina Panthers fan.
Wow. And you're back.
And they're back. And I stopped watching for years because I just like I didn't it would affect my week too much if they won or lost, you know. But I was watching with Delhomme and Stephen Davis, you know, and Thomas David, all those guys, and now that we got some energy back with Bryce Young and he's staying, we're building a team around him. I'm really excited what they're gonna do next year. And I haven't always been a big basketball guy, but those Hornets are fun to watch. LaMelo Ball with those 1 foot 3-pointers is crazy.
Yeah, they got like 3 of the top 5 3-point shooters made since the beginning of the year, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like 3 of those guys.
And that new trade we just got too. I mean, we're cooking. So I wouldn't be surprised if they make a playoff run and make a shot for the NBA championship. Yeah.
Boys cook.
The boys cook.
Charlotte's hot, and people like Gio make it a little bit hotter. So, Gio, thanks for coming on today, my man. Always a pleasure. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
We out.
Short, simple, no cuts, baby. Let's go.
That was great.
Check 1 2. 1 2 3 4. Check 1 2 1 2 4. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Don't we have microphones?
Yeah, what we're going to do is Leo will hold them.
Oh.
With all the wind and everything, we're.
I know. Wait, how's my microphone?
Well, I'd rather they see the buttons and then don't try to see
The new Scout, they have a big office in,
I think that'll do the trick.
sound.
they relaunched that as like a which I'm like, it looks like a American, it's like a spirit off-roading. They're making that
You guys don't have to take pictures, yeah.
Wow, she got paparazzi with her.
Yeah.
Hey.
I feel like I'm like, do I have skin today? No, act natural. Testing 1 2 3.
All right. So how does it feel? Feel like it's.
What is it? If you think about
I definitely want to talk about my event. So my ex is actually natural. I have a lot of it. But I like the experience about it. So my next Charlotte was
all this.
Yeah, that's definitely for sure. So, and then we should, I don't know, make that. Yeah. What's it called? Well, I don't know 100%. They're like, they took like, I don't think, they like 1 or 2 photos and they really took that. Like, not now. Like, what is happening? You can do it now. Yeah, I can't hear anything. No, start yet. Oh.
Leo's pee.
Leo is okay, hit the button. Got it.
Leo. This one good?
So when was this way again? But any other you guys just want to talk to me when
You just look at the camera, don't look at us.
Eat them up. Eat them up. I'll do it.
like, okay. It's like, yeah. Where do I go? How am I supposed to pay attention with these goons in the fucking stop? She's sober too. We're all sober.
Is she shy? I can't wait to see her. She's shy. We got solid blue. No pushing buttons. No pushing buttons. That's right. You orange?
I was on the radio recently, and you can't swear on the radio. They were like, "No!" I was like, "Oh wait."
It's because it's live.
Yeah.
But we're live with a couple of things.
Okay. Where's it live?
YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Okay. Fine.
All right. Man, we are here with, actually, I want to say,
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
all right, we are here at Graham Street Pub Rooftop. Man, it's getting packed over here, but we're here with a special guest, Medina. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure. We're excited to have you.
man, I mean, you're doing so much right now. You're doing events, you're building community, you're, crushing on social media. I mean, what aren't you doing right now, Medina?
I mean, it does feel like a lot, but I feel like everyone's doing a lot, right? I don't know.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of trying to plan my nationwide tour. So my next stop for my events is Nashville. So I'm just trying to kind of push forward because it's definitely a lot of work.
I think you just got done with San Diego.
Yeah, I just finished in San Diego. That was my third stop. Yeah, so yeah.
Really cool. And so, because you just did one in Charlotte, you did one in Charleston, and I guess tell us about these events. Like, you're putting on an event series, a tour.
Yeah.
Tell us about the intention of the tour.
Yeah, so it's an open mic format. So instead of music or comedy, people essentially can go up and maybe share something that they've been through, or maybe something that they're currently going through. And the whole goal is that people are seeing that we're way more similar than we really realize, and that we're actually connecting at these events. Just we're way more similar than we think.
And I love your events because you get people to really open up.
Yeah.
I think you're say how you feel.
It's sexy, yes.
And it's sexy. Like, truly say how you feel.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. Be vulnerable. And in this world of like male masculine, you got to be masculine. Men, for many decades have been like shut off from being able to express themselves in a vulnerable light.
Yeah.
And other people are scared to put themselves out there in a world that maybe cuts them down.
Yeah.
But really there's a superpower in that vulnerability.
Yeah, definitely.
And I would love to hear your thoughts on, how you see that, how you came up with, say how you feel and how you got so deep into this vulnerable light.
Yeah, it was actually after I had filmed for ABC's The Bachelor, because I had opened up. Yeah, I didn't know if I told you this story, but I had opened up about something I felt insecure about, thinking that, oh my God, people are going to relate, they're going to feel less alone, and I just got made fun of. I was told to not feel that way. I was told, because basically I had said, I really want to get married, which was like, I know, shocking going on The Bachelor. But I said that, and people were like, you should own it, like, you're hot, like, Joey, the Bachelor, wouldn't care. And I'm like, you guys didn't hear anything I said. Like, I didn't say anything about the way I look or the age. Like, I was just, am I supposed to be holding this? Or, okay. And I remember my producer at the time saying, no one wants to see someone self-conscious on TV. And I remember thinking to myself, I want to change that, because to me, self-conscious means you're aware of yourself, which is what we all strive to be. And so the events are spaces where people can be self-conscious, they can be sensitive, they can be aware of their feelings, and it can be celebrated. So.
And I know the first event that I went to of yours, just seeing how you commanded the room and you got people to come up and share.
I paid them to say that, yeah.
Truly not. And I really loved how you commanded the room and you welcomed people to open up.
Thank you.
And I know BC was even at your last event. I think you spoke a little bit.
Yeah.
And you've got a couple more events coming up.
Yeah.
One in Nashville, I believe, on April 7th.
Yes, yeah. He's memorized the whole schedule. No.
He's got the tour down.
Yeah. The next one will be, April 7th in Nashville. I actually switched it last minute. It was originally going to be in Miami. So I took a little risk because I'm advertising it with such little time. And I don't know anyone in Nashville. So if anyone knows anyone in Nashville, please let them know. And then my next one after that will be here in Charlotte on May 5th. Cinco de Mayo.
Ooh,
yeah.
Yeah. And tell us, is the tour all about going out and creating these community events to help others feel empowered to speak about their feelings, to really say how they feel, and to not be shamed and feel guilty? Or, what else is there as part of the tour?
Yeah, I really like, it's kind of what you were saying. I say it as modeling, like in therapy, as your therapist, you want to model how the client initially, ideally would be. And so when people go to the event, I would say 9 times out of 10, they're like, I had no intentions of going up. Because I think in general, if you say, oh, vulnerability is good, most people will agree with that, like verbally. Yeah. But the way that we truly feel something is by practicing it. That's why a lot of the therapy I do, it's not convincing someone of a feeling, it's showing them into the feeling. And so the events are aimed at showing people that when someone goes up, they're like, oh, now I'm inspired to go up. I had no intentions of talking, but it was so cool to see them open up. I saw it admirable and strong, and now I want to go up.
Yeah.
And so that, I don't know if that fully answers your question.
I think it's interesting, and another takeaway I had is like the more that you're able to be authentic and just be yourself, you're actually tapping into these like higher vibrational feelings and emotions that start to like magnetize the things that you want in your life. And when you really own that and you can be vulnerable in a way, it's like kind of that vulnerability in a weird way. It's like you don't have the armor of being able to have this fake armor or mask, but you're stripping it down, you're vulnerable, but in a way you're like more secure in that, and you're more protected because you're like owning it with your authentic self.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no, the armor that you're speaking of, that's why so many people are walking around and not having the ability to experience happiness. You can't selectively numb your emotions. So if you're numbing sadness or grief or anger, you're also at the same time numbing happiness, joy, passion. And so, yeah, it's like owning, like I've spent many years trying to own the fact that, the small thing is going to upset me, but I also get to cry over a beautiful sunset. Like I get so happy over a sunset, and I know a lot of people are like that, and I'm glad I can feel. Like every time I'm in session with my clients and they tell me like a feeling that's negative, I'm like, I'm so glad you experienced that emotion. You just went through a breakup. I'm glad you're emoting sadness that's appropriate for the context. So, can I say one more thing about the events too?
For sure. Oh, yeah.
I started this new thing. It started in the San Diego stop. I had the participants write a letter of like hope or inspiration to an anonymous person at the next event. Wow. So in Nashville, they can also write another letter, and they can take one from San Diego. And so the letters are essentially traveling.
That's so cool.
So yeah, you get like a letter from a stranger, and it's something you can like read in maybe a time of despair.
Yeah, and I think going back to that, you're like, who in Nashville do we know? Anybody in Charlotte knows somebody in Nashville to
Not
help
to act desperate, but kind of desperate.
No, yeah, but to bring some awareness. Like Medina's doing some great work, and to touch a little bit on what Leah was saying about, authenticity. Like I've studied it deeply. Authenticity is a higher vibrational power than love. Like love is so powerful, but being authentic brings a higher vibrational power to a human being.
Yeah.
And if somebody's holding these self-conscious feelings and emotions, they're essentially trapping that energy inside of them compared to letting it go and just being comfortable with their imperfect self.
Yeah.
And I think that journey of being scared or whatever you have and you don't want to share it with the world and letting it go is really you're allowing yourself to step into your most vibrational self and attract what you want into your life.
Yeah.
And I think everybody's wanting to figure out, how do I attract the right things into my life?
Yeah.
And it takes personal work. And I see you doing that great personal work with people.
Thank you.
And say how you feel.
Yeah.
Come on, people, say how you feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and then May 5th in Charlotte, we have another event. And you don't have a location yet, but we have a couple potential locations.
Yeah.
Maybe in Ventus Studios,
Yes, totally.
maybe somewhere else.
Yeah.
But May 5th, look for it, Charlotteans. Anything you want to say on those two upcoming events?
The events, but mental health as a whole, because I think this is a misconception, which is if you don't like the way you feel, you do not need to understand the feeling more necessarily. You need to physically act in opposition of the feeling. I'm a firm believer that therapy should be a lot more doing and a lot less talking. The place in the brain where your feelings live doesn't understand logic, and so people are oftentimes trying to use logic to reason with something that's not rooted in logic. And your feelings are always valid. I know that sounds super cliche coming from a therapist, but you cannot move into the logical part of your mind if you don't validate your feeling first. That's why therapy can help you change, because in theory, you think of therapy, you're like, oh, my therapist just says like, oh, that makes sense, or that's valid to feel. Yeah, that's what moves you into change. So don't wait to feel ready. You're never going to feel ready. Do it anyway. Do it because it's important to you.
Yeah, and I guess so that's probably part of the motivation to do in-person events, because you've created this like amazing community of yours online and on social media. And somewhat of it is you and your authentic self. Some is The Bachelor, and you create this amazing community of people that resonate with your authentic message. And I guess, like, how do you think about building community, and why in person now? Because you could just keep blowing up and doing your thing and, you know, using social media as a tool. But is there like a shift that happened in you that was like, this needs to happen? We need to do in real life events to like really build community, to like help people do the work and to see that?
Yeah, I mean, I think with the internet, it's done a lot of great things, but it's also done a lot of things that I don't think are so great. And something I learned while being on The Bachelor was people will not be themselves behind a screen. Like the amount of like mean messages I got, and people would come up to me all the time and say, "Oh my God, you're Medina from The Bachelor," but never had anything mean to say, right? They weren't being their authentic selves probably, right? And so I just think in person, we're able to actually kind of let that guard down and be truly who we are. My last event, I actually had someone who said he had like a very large following, and he shared something to the group that he's never shared on social media, because he's like, I trust you guys in this intimate setting. I don't trust social media to kind of share this information. So I'm just hoping it helps people feel like truly safe to open up, because I don't think being vulnerable is good in every situation. Like I and that's why I wanted to create the space. Like when you're at work, for example, I don't need you to cry, right? There's a way that we should present in certain situations, but I just wanted to create a space where people can actually be vulnerable.
Leo creates a space for me to cry at work every once in a while.
That's so
Just
sweet.
let it out, Joel. Let it out.
Sweet or bad? I don't know.
No, I love that. Is that true? True story?
No, not a true story. But I will say, I did cry in September. There was a day. I had a good cry in September. It was about 4 minutes long, and I was like, just let it out. And I like let it out, and I'm like, man, that felt good.
There's chemicals released in your tears. That's why you feel relieved after you cry.
Yeah, that's interesting, because emotions are like energy in motion.
Yeah.
And when you trap that emotion, you hold on to it. And that's like what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like that suppresses the authenticity that you also talked about, Joel. So you have to kind of let that energy flow and come in, feel it, and then let it go. And let it keep flowing.
We had a fun podcast with Justin Kelsey last week talking about having emotion flow through you, and essentially monitoring and assessing the emotion that comes through you, and feel it, experience it, look at it, understand it, and let it come through you.
Yeah, don't change it. That's where we get stuck. And that's why there's so much anger in the world. It's because anger is like an iceberg emotion. When someone's angry, that's never the true emotion. There's something underneath that they've suppressed. Because anger is socially acceptable to like feel or to say, I feel angry, I feel annoyed, I feel distant, right? Those are surface emotions. But yeah, let the feeling be there. You don't need to do anything. People are in therapy. The issue is they need to stop trying to fix everything. That's why they're in therapy. That's why they need to be in therapy. Stop fixing everything.
So let's shift this from therapy, anger, into action, fun in Charlotte.
Yes.
When you think about Charlotte, how long have you been here? A couple years?
Yeah, I think it's been 3 years. This is the longest I've ever stayed anywhere in my adult life. Right.
I remember Josh Pappas connected us originally.
Yeah, he came to my first ever event in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Years ago, that's how I found him. He found me on LinkedIn. Yeah.
And Josh, he's a great connector. He's all about experiences and action. I played basketball with him many times. He's fun to play basketball with. But when you think of Charlotte, experiences, venues, community leaders, outside of yourself, like how do you think of Charlotte, the ones that resonate with you, the ones that you think are doing good in the community?
I just love all the small businesses. I mean, being someone who also technically, I'm a very small business, right? It's just me at my practice. And I just feel like every small business I go to, it's like the owners are there, like in the weeds. Like I go to Valen, South End, for example, the owner does my facials, right? And I use, you guys probably see like a chauffeur company. It's a couple that owns it. Nova Wellness, a couple that owns it. They're there. I ran into Jen the other day.
Is that how you get such good skin? I need a facial.
A facial, sleeping, water, working out, Strength Wellness Collective, which is right over here. It's a couple that owns it. I just love that they're like there. I don't know about you guys, but when I go to a business, I love to know like where my money is going, and you're just supporting something local. So
it's local. Support local. We love that at Linxy.
Yeah.
So we got April 7th, May 5th. Check out Medina. Say how you feel.
You gotta.
Yeah, you say it.
It's sexy. You gotta say that part. All right, so that was my line. There you go.
How you feel?
It's sexy. We'll work on our time. Better cadence.
They did great.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having me. Aw. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Wait. Before you go, picture with the best.
You make my skin glow with the filter.
Do my best. All right. 3, 2, 1, and perfect. Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for being. Thanks for coming. Graham Street's one of my parties.
Okay. Are we
I think that
switch them out?
I kept it here. I thought it was weird, and Medina was uncomfortable at times. It felt like she was like kind of like, oh, am I supposed to? And so I think as long as we can get good audio this way, and we're both holding it.
As long you got to remember, that's the pickup pattern. It's very narrow. So if you're holding it like this, like when you were holding it here,
A couple times I spoke and didn't
barely
hear
hear
it.
it. You got to point it
I tried to tap Joel's mic at the beginning.
right at the source of the sound. But if you guys are okay, otherwise I can get you clip-on mics. It's a different system, but it'll take a minute. It's up to you.
We have Ashley. Who else?
Yours is getting a little saggy.
I'm too hungry to have a drink.
Did you get 2 dream tickets?
For a meal?
No, I'm not. But I mean, like, that's not what I meant. I just mean, like, no, when I'm done with this, I've got to offload stuff because I'm renting my camera to somebody tomorrow. So I've got
Joel, do you want to be in an interview with Ashley?
For sure.
Yeah. All right,
It's up to you guys.
So then let's try to do. I don't know. I guess I'm just like, if I drink and don't eat, like I'm gonna be hammered.
well, I was just gonna get through too quick, and then I might make a mistake. You know, and I was like, yeah. These things are holding up great, though. I think the batteries lead out on all three.
I know it's a little hot. Oh, well, yeah. Hey, Ash. Ready? Okay, so we're good to go? Matt said he listened to it on YouTube, and the last segment said sounded too nice. How we doing, yo? What? No, so come up here, I'll give you one.
So Peter's coming.
That's amazing. Oh, he's the alchemy guy?
Yeah. You need to text my son. Why? Have fun or
All right. So we'll do a little behind the scenes here. Here we've got our camera setups for the recording, the star of the show, our live streaming room, and of course, all these beautiful people. Too personal. Some audio guys. Hey.
Question. Is there, so last time there, I can check.
And the downtown is starting to hustle and bustle, and lots of people coming into the stadium. It's going to be a fun night. Beautiful downtown Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, come on, we're remiking up. Watch out, people. The Graham St Pub. Rooftop. Come on. That's all right. That'll do. See, there you go. If you want this showing, see. There you go. Okay. Okay, got another guest at the podcast station, and here we go.
Looking good, right? Hell yeah. I know it. I gotta do a guest experience. Surprise guest, yeah.
Game with got a few realtors going to go hit over the day. Check it out.
Come chill on set. We're rolling. We're live on Linxy. Oh yeah, actually this is your seat. Yeah. Well, Joel's, I don't know talking, so once Joel's ready. I wanted to confirm. So, we'll put an announcement. Whoever answers the trivia question gets a drink. Yeah, so is it just one winner or what?
Like, I'm like, oh, what are you doing? Like, I figured sportscasters talking.
That's yeah.
And then I get over and I'm like, wow, what?
I got a lot of things to do today.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about some crush.
Oh my god.
After this, Terry.
How you doing, man? Good to see you. What a surprise when I came up the stairs and I was just like, freaking awesome, man. It's good to see you.
Wait, give one of those to Jack.
Anybody. Yeah, anybody.
Jack the drum guy. Team here, what's up?
Yeah, I don't want to. I want to get people to go on the app. So for sure. Yes. I want that too. That's why I bought it.
Is this rolling?
Oh, yeah, we're rolling.
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Good to see that. Is my bag in the background over there? Behind Leo?
Joel, this is Norm, by the way.
No way, normal. Hey, good to meet you.
How's it going?
Outside of email.
About to go live.
That's a good live.
Live with Linxy and Ashley.
I guess I gotta just keep like holding and going back and forth. I actually think this is the play. But you gotta get closer. You gotta come up here. Just telling me like I was talking and I was holding it over Dina because I wasn't doing that. I know, but I can get better. Get a little closer.
He just doesn't want that near his mouth.
All right, perfect. I'll get her. I'll take care of her. And I just boom, boom. All right.
Yeah? You're gonna
All right.
get yours?
I'll take care of Amy.
Yeah, I will. I'll take care of you.
Oh man.
North Stars, I guess it's too fresh. We're talking about a new launch. We're talking about community. Tomorrow's a big event, but we're not going to be able to highlight tomorrow in time.
But she can still talk about her first like in-person event with Trio Wellness, and then that's a shouting them out. But it probably is going to come out before then. All right, I think we're rolling all around. We're ready. All right, we're here today with my favorite guest of the night. Her name is, you're not a guest. You're not a guest. Get out of here. My favorite guest of the night, back to Ashley Roca. Ashley, welcome.
Hi, how are you? Hi, everyone.
Ashley always has a very unique, bubbly, amazing energy. And here she is. She's the founder of Compresh, which just launched. And Ashley, tell us, what is Compresh?
Okay. So Compresh is the first fashionable medical compression sock company for women that has been created. I started this over 2 years ago to fill a personal need that I needed to be filled because I was diagnosed with a circulation issue at 26, and I had to start wearing compression socks at a super young age, and I was so embarrassed of them because they were hideous. And so I would hide them under my pants for 4 years, and I was like, enough is enough, baby. So I Googled, couldn't find anything, and I was like, you know what? I could do this myself. And so I did. And now 2 years later, we launched officially at the beginning of March. And so here we are.
Congratulations. You got over 1,000 plus compression socks. And how have things started off? Tell us about it.
I mean, we did pre-orders in November that actually did really, really, really well. And so I was super excited about that. And then ever since then, we've been packing and shipping probably for like 2 weeks. And so we've been getting orders. Like I had my first biggest order last week. I think it was 8 pairs were ordered from a random person. It was not my mom. So it was very, very exciting. And we're working with like a lot of different influencers that have big followings too. So that's going to be coming up soon. And yeah, I mean,
That's really cool. You guys got to check it out. Compress Shop on Instagram. So you have
I have them on right now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Let's see.
What do I do? Do I put them on the table?
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Look at those things. Those
After hours here.
No crotch shot. But anyway.
and real compression socks. Those aren't just like lace socks like many other brands. They have real compression, right?
Yeah, exactly. 15 to 20 mmHg. So they're moderate level, but they're fantastic for everyday use.
That's awesome. And so an interesting strategy that I think you're starting to employ now that you're launched is actually going after community-based events and pop-ups and seeing the value with distributing a product through community activations. Talk to us about the first one you have tomorrow.
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a pop-up at Trio Wellness, which is it's a wellness pop-up. So there's going to be a lot of health and wellness vendors there, which is perfect for me because mine is a medical product. It's fashionable, but it's medical. And so it's going to be my first time selling my socks in person tomorrow, 11 to 3. Be there or be square. Buy my socks, please. Thank you. But I'm really excited about it. It's my first in-person event, so we're going to see what happens.
Awesome.
I wouldn't want to buy them.
Yeah, and one thing I love about your business and what you're doing, and your personality shows in what you've built, is you're taking a compression sock, which people feel like, oh, I'm wearing a compression sock, and you made it sexy, and you wear it well, you market it well, and that's one thing I love about you. You're a bubbly personality. You've got all this energy. You've got this cuteness to you, but really you're like empowering women, mostly women. I guess I could wear it too.
I am going to create a men's line in a couple years. So
I could look pretty good in your
You
socks.
could be the model. You could be the
Joe could rock them. Come on now.
I mean, honestly, to be fair, let's be honest, guys. You have tried on my socks before for prototyping, and they looked good on you guys.
Can't say that's not true.
Can't say it, can't deny it. But anyway, I don't know if you're empowering men, but you're certainly empowering women today already with these socks. And I'd love to see the mission. You know, it's been such a short time since I plugged into it, and you just launched, so it's brand new. But there's a lot of momentum. There's a lot of excitement around your product from a lot of people right now, and people are pulling you in. And I know you're a very community-driven person, and so as you prepare to approach like Trio and events like that, how do you think of community yourself and building community around people that share maybe a similar, trauma or whatever around wearing?
Oh my gosh, community is so important. I mean, community is everything. If you don't have community, it's lonely. So I love building my community, especially my girlfriends, the people that do wear it. I've become friends online. Shout out to Ostomy Fashion, but she actually created fashionable ostomy bags. You know what ostomy bags are? Yeah. So it's incredible that there's nothing like that exists, and she's helping women feel confident and beautiful while wearing them, because that's something that can be embarrassing. And so I'm creating my own little community, even virtually. And it's just so nice because we're supporting each other from afar. I mean, you need people in your corner. You need people you can turn to, especially when you're nervous, when you're scared, because we all know I went through that my first week when I got my products in. So community is absolutely vital when you're an entrepreneur.
So interesting, yeah. And talking to a lot of different people that have given you and given feedback on this opportunity, it's a huge market, huge opportunity that you're trying to capitalize on. And your story is obviously very unique. You had this issue that you are now looking to capitalize on this opportunity. But I want to bring it back to a part of your story that was helped inspire you to actually take action on not just your own problem and seeing this opportunity, but actually like to inspire you to execute. Because a lot of people have a problem, they have a need, they see a opportunity in the marketplace, but they don't always take action. So what made you really take action and start a business, which is not easy? We all three know that.
Yeah, so I know where you're going with this, and my biggest inspiration is definitely Sarah Blakely. So Sarah Blakely, we all know who she is, and if you don't, well, she's the owner of Spanx, so you should know, and now Sneaks. But I actually watched her masterclass over 2 years ago when I was creating my business plan, and watching her masterclass really is what inspired me to go after my business. I remember she said that every single person, she guarantees that every single person has had $1 million idea, but the people that actually go for it, where it separates like obviously action and going for it and becoming successful. And so I just love the way that she's approached her entire business, her life, everything. Like, she's so fun. She's also so bubbly. And she really inspired me to go after it. She really did. And that masterclass is what made me go forth with it, because I was a little hesitant, but I just felt something right after watching it. And yeah, here we are 2 years later. So thank you, Sarah Blakely, for watching this.
So we got a shout out to Sarah Blakely.
Literally.
I think we should probably give a shout out to Jesse Itzler too. Leo was just with him last week.
I did. I saw him in South by out in Austin. I mean, you know, you talked about like being inspired by Sarah Blakely and the businesses. You know, I'm definitely inspired by Jesse Itzler and how he's like, you know, been able to create and sell and exit multiple businesses that have been impactful. And, you know, one thing that you mentioned about Sarah Blakely as well that I know Jesse Itzler talks about is this life design, which is so interesting. It's such an interesting concept where you really have the power to design your life how you want. And when you start to take ownership of it and you start to create the pillars, the values that you have in your life, and everything falls within those pillars, and you say no to everything else, then you start to have a really fulfilling, exciting, amazing life. So yeah, I'm just inspired by him too. So yeah, Jesse Itzler, Sarah Blakely, this couple.
Duo, perfect power couple.
Yeah, these guys, let's talk about this couple right here. So if you didn't know yet, these
Yeah,
two.
if you didn't know we're dating.
They're dating.
Is it obvious?
It's a lot. Being close to them, it's a lot. They're amazing. But I think it's fun that you guys are somewhat inspired by their relationship.
Yeah, and we didn't know that.
And there's a connection to Sarah Blakely. There's a connection to Jesse Itzler. And in similar regards, like the businesses Jesse Itzler has built in the Spanx business are somewhat aligned.
I know, it's kind of crazy.
It's kind of fun. And so how do you guys see that? And where's your guys' relationship at as entrepreneurs? Because it's got to be hard. I mean, you're both super busy. Leo's got several businesses. You've got your business as first-time entrepreneur. That's chaos.
Yeah.
So how is that all going, and how are you guys handling that?
I mean, it's incredibly challenging to balance business, you know, the challenges that come with that, the stress with, you know, your life and your personal relationship and wanting to be, you know, your best partner for the other, and balancing that is incredibly difficult and has its challenges, but it's been really one of the most rewarding growth experiences that I could possibly imagine. And so it's really been, you know, challenge and obstacle is the way. It's the way that you grow. And I think ultimately it's been the hardest challenge of my life in the best way.
I mean, also, I feel like dating entrepreneurs, as an entrepreneur, I feel like you have an understanding. So I think that kind of does help. Like, yes, he's busy, especially when I was trying to launch my business. Like, he's busy all the time. So sometimes you want quality time, but at the end of the day, like, you kind of have that understanding, and I feel like it just works. Like, I feel like an entrepreneur, I don't know if they could date someone that's not an entrepreneur, because I feel like they wouldn't understand it. And because we're entrepreneurs too, there's a sense of independency that you have as well. And so I kind of like that. Like, I like that he's able to go off and do his own thing, and I'm able to go off and do my own thing, and like, we are supporting each other. And yeah, I like it. I don't know.
I think sometimes
like it.
entrepreneurs dating is hard. I think because you're both so busy and you're both so focused on your purpose and your product, and it can bring out maybe some masculine energy towards what you're pursuing. And that's why I think a lot of entrepreneurs, they want to find somebody that understands the chaos that they're going to, but the entrepreneurs need support and help. And so you need a bunch of support and help, and he needs a bunch of support and help. And if you can find that support and help together, man, there's some real brilliance that can come out.
I love that you said it. That's where I was going to take it. You already knew. And it's the brilliance framework. It's the 1 + 1 can equal 3, 4, 5. How much can it be? It doesn't have to equal 2 if you are supporting each other and you're creating the resonance that comes from two aligned people helping and collaborating and working together in a fruitful partnership, right? And that goes, obviously in a romantic relationship, it goes in a business context as well. And that's the brilliance framework. So, yeah.
I'm going to bring this back to baseball because
Bring us back.
Lovey-dovey here, a little lovey-dovey, a little baseball. But over the winter, you all used the stadium. You guys went to some activity in the stadium.
Yeah.
And our first guest today was Dan, the COO of the Charlotte Knights, and he was talking about all the things that they're doing with the stadium. So why don't you guys share a little bit about what that? I know you guys had a good time. I remember you guys telling me about that experience.
Was it called Light the Night?
Light the Night, maybe.
Light the
Was
Night.
it?
Light the Night. It was the winter themed events. There's tubing, ice skating.
There was ice skating. I went down on a tube multiple times.
Baby, we got to get back up there. We got to do it again. One more time. How about one last time?
Child at heart, guys. I'm sorry.
It was fun, though. It's fun. Unique experiences happening in this stadium behind us.
Yeah, so thinking about the experiences in Charlotte, what do you think about whether it's certain venues, businesses, experiences?
Yeah.
What draws you, or what experiences have you guys shared that has made Charlotte so homey for you?
That's a good one. Okay, so Charlotte so homey. So the first and foremost thing that has made Charlotte so homey. Charlotte's my homie. No. But anyways, the first thing is honestly my friend group that I've made here. I have made the best friend group in Charlotte first and foremost. So I know that's not activities, but that has made a world of a difference in making Charlotte feel more like my home. And so that's number one.
Because experiences
are
aren't
nothing
that great
without your friends
unless
or
you
loved
have great
ones.
shared experiences.
Yes, exactly.
I truly believe it's all about shared experiences.
I agree. And so I'm 32, so I'm not much about going out at night, but I do really love anything nature related. So I'm a huge fan of the Whitewater Center, and I like anything that's outdoors. So like the rail trail. I love my coffee shops, like all the local coffee shops that are here, like Platform Coffee. Love Platform Coffee. You work there. I work there all the time.
Charlotte location?
Berry Hill. I'm Berry Hill.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Love it. So love my little coffee shops, my little outdoor activities, my walking around Freedom Park. I have my dog, my baby, so anything that I could do with her. And Optimus Hall is nice. I literally live right next to there, so I love seeing it.
I know you're Harriet.
I'm a huge Harriet's fan.
I remember you.
I can put down a burger.
Selling me Harriet's. I'm like, I've had Harriet's. And you're like, no, you got to have Harriet's.
Gotta have Harriet's. Harriet, sponsor me.
Best burger in Charlotte?
I would say so far. I'm not even gonna lie. And I like.
My burger?
Okay. You were fun.
Joel's homemade burger on a sourdough bread. It's pretty electric. We'll give him that. But
Harriet's does it pretty well.
Harriet's does it pretty well. But no, it's also the groups that we're forming too. Obviously there's Linxy, there's Full Circle Collective, which is sound baths and healing, which is incredible. Chili Coffee Club. There's so many different events that are put on in Charlotte monthly that also creates that atmosphere, that inspiring atmosphere. There's so many other entrepreneurs, other people that are like-minded that go to these events that you can connect with, and that's super fun.
Well, you said there's a lot of entrepreneurs. I typically hear from people, at least since I've been in Charlotte for 17 years, it's getting a little bit better, but most people are like, where do you find the entrepreneurs? Where do you find these people?
I found him at Chili Coffee Club. And technically you, I'm not going to touch your head there, that's fine. But anyways, I found you.
Well, that's right, though. You gotta plug into the right communities and the right activations and events to find those people.
You do. I think events are actually so important. I started going to events, networking events, almost 2 years ago, and they've changed my life. My boyfriend is from an event that I went to. Most of my friends are from events that I've gone to. So if you're watching this, you should go to events. I really do feel even if you're nervous or you have social anxiety, putting yourself outside of your comfort zone is so important, and I have made the best connections in doing that. So, and Charlotte offers so many amazing creative events. Even tomorrow, Trio Wellness.
Oh, Trio.
Go buy Compresh.
Well, I've got an important question here for
Yeah.
you. Okay. you've got a bunch of sports teams here in Charlotte that build community and
Yeah.
connect. You're not much of a sporty person, but you get season tickets, free season tickets to either the Panthers, Charlotte Knights, Hornets, or FC Charlotte. Which ones you choosing?
I mean, definitely the Panthers.
Panthers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Football. Gotta throw that football. Yeah. I don't even know who the players are in the Panthers, but yeah.
But it's fun. Let's go. Entertainment, experience.
It's always
Super Bowl.
entertaining with
Yeah.
always entertaining.
That is true. I can be the one to attest to that.
Well, Ashley, thanks so much for joining us today. It was a
Thanks,
pleasure.
guys.
And let's go Compress. Check out Compress online. That's right. Ashley, she's the founder. Come on,
That's
check
right.
them out. Make a big impact. We love it.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Good job, Vicky. Good job. Nice.
Whoa, get that kiss.
We got it. Just went up to rated R here.
Oh. All right. Yeah, Keanu, you are here for Linxy's first live experience, both media and tech fusion. Because we've done plenty of live experiences with our, live social tech, but this is the first time we're doing it with a media activation lens. So what a pleasure to have you here. We connected at the Charlotte Entrepreneurs event, back a month ago, and we've gotten to connect a little bit more. And you have such an amazing story. You have such a unique way that you're moving in the world. And one thing that you said at that event that I've really been holding on to is that money is looking for vision. And boy, oh boy, do you have vision, my friend. And I am so excited to be here with you to make this connection, because first time you and Joel are meeting. Cheers, let's go, cheers. Our first, yeah, that's right, first beer on set. But man, Keanu, tell us about your journey and what you're doing with a really interesting brand and community that you're building here in Charlotte and Gastonia County with Alchemy.
It's a big question, really big question. Are we good? We got both mics on me, we're all right? So I had moved to Charlotte in 2018, and I really enjoyed this space. I remember when I flew in here, I was moving here for a job, and we were flying out, and I remember looking back at the city as this is our place. I loved it, immediately started making connections. I mean, look at us hanging out, right here in Uptown, getting to connect with each other live. A lot of other people connecting here is it's a really unique community where people care to slow down and connect with each other. And that was my experience. I started my first business in 2020, and I met a lot of people that wanted to connect with me, wanted to spend time. And more than that, they saw what I thought was wrong with me. They noticed what was right with me, and is that I was not built to be an employee. I started thinking what's wrong? Why can't I just settle down? The 401k is good. I'm 27, 28 years old. I got this great career. So I'm what's wrong with me? These people saw me and said, Keanu, it's not what's wrong with you, it's what's right with you. What they really said was, you're a terrible employee. And I'm yeah, I get that, I agree. So I started my first business, and it was because of that community, that surrounding. I had my alchemy, my becoming, and I said, how can I do that for as many people as possible? So it's all right, easy, become a billionaire and then just back a lot of people in their vision. Well, that might take a little bit longer. Instead, I started to connect with people and started to get this vision about people spending every day working together, building together, connecting with each other. Then I found co-working. So I remember telling a buddy, man, I have this vision where people go and they build together and they do business together every day, and they share space. And he's like WeWork? And I didn't even know what co-working was. So I'm I don't know what that is. So then I found co-working and said, okay, it's that, but it's a lot more intentional. It's genuinely taking interest in each other. So at Alchemy, we don't call ourselves members, we call ourselves partners. And I started, there's a lot more to this. I'm going to land this plane. You guys can ask what you want to know. Started my first location in 2024. Actually, tomorrow we celebrate 2 years in our first location. On April 1st, we celebrate 1 year in our second location. And right now our third location is under construction. So in 2 years, happy birthday to Alchemy. In 2 years, we have 3 locations on the way.
It's incredible, man. And you just opened up not only co-working facilities, but now you're stepping into the studio and production space as well with, congratulations on opening Alchemy Studios.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
Oh, man.
I've got something connected to co-working.
Okay.
You brought up WeWork.
Yeah.
I have spent 12 years in entrepreneurial and sales consulting. And so I've traveled a lot. I've trained entrepreneurs. That's how I met Leo. I trained him to run his first company when he was a college student. And through all this traveling and journey, working at coffee shops, working at different co-working spots, I was there's got to be a better way to meet the people around me. And so I was going to all these events. I was training entrepreneurs, salespeople to go to events. And I'm all these event softwares stink. And how many, of my best connections am I missing at every event, every co-working spot that I go to, WeWork-wise, every coffee shop that I'm sitting in, and there's great connections around me. But who's open to connect, and how do you connect with them? And literally is where Linxy came about, is working and attending events through co-working, coffee shops, going to events, and being there's got to be a better way to know where my best connections and collaborations are all around me. And that is really where Linxy came to life from.
I love it.
My experience of traveling and going to spaces like yours.
Yeah. What I like about Linxy is how do you break down that barrier? So even now, I was just pulling it up, and I was showing my counterpart there, how it operates is I could be sitting next to someone who we have so much in common. We have a lot that we can do to collaborate and connect. We might even enjoy each other, but how do you break down that barrier? And it was kind of like Leo was like, hey, this is Keanu, this is Joel, let's connect. Immediately we're like, oh, we're boys, let me get you a beer. But when you're in public, you're in the wild, right? It's like, how do you know? There might be someone over there that has the thing I need, or I have the thing they need. More importantly, we can serve each other, and you're just missing it. So what I love about Linxy is it's social, it's digital, but it's really physical and personal. So when I met Leo and he's telling me about his vision, he came out to Alchemy and he told me about Linxy, and I got on it. I'm like, man, this is it. Like, I want to be a part of this. Everything we do in Alchemy as far as creating that connection, what y'all are doing here, perfect synergy. So I love what you guys are doing to connect people. There's so much value that can be created, a dream that can be made reality in just one connection. All it takes is one, and you never know what could happen. So I love what you guys are doing, man.
It takes one, and if you have a compass, then all of a sudden you're empowered. And a lot of the times people don't feel empowered, especially now in this like post-COVID AI age. Like, there's so many factors that, you know, people are kind of losing that ability to connect and find their best collaboration. So we are trying to give them that compass, that digital tool to help bring them back into real life, because that's really where the most fruitful collaborations happen.
Yeah, no, and that's what we're doing, you know, at Alchemy as far as making connections, being intentional. Right now, it's small enough that, you know, I meet Leo. Leo, you know, has this vision, this passion to connect people. And I meet Joel, and he has this background, this ability to develop a software. And it's like, man, you guys got to link up. And so we connect them. We're very hands-on like that. But what I like about Linxy is eventually my goal is 14 locations around Charlotte. So we have our central Charlotte location, Wilkinson and Moorhead. It's really starting to boom now, and word's starting to get out in Charlotte, like, oh, that's the place you go to connect, right? But our goal is 14 locations. I know that our culture will be great at making those connections, but how can we partner with something like Linxy that's actually doing it digitally? So I like now I'm curious. Everywhere I go in Charlotte, I go on Linxy and I go live. Let's just see, right? Let's see. And eventually, I love it. You guys have 5,000 users now. You know, you guys are starting to break down the barriers and build some momentum there. What I love is like, okay, I can't wait for the day that anywhere you go, you can turn on Linxy. I'm at a coffee shop and I'm like, man, I can go talk to that person now based on the introduction you've kind of made here. So it's perfect synergy, man. I love what you guys are doing. It's the alchemy of connection. What I love about Alchemy, I want to hear more about your, before I get into that, I want to hear more about your relationship with the word alchemy, because I felt like there was some connection there.
Yeah, right when you said alchemy, and Leah was telling me about you the other day, like, hey, I met this guy, he's running this co-working alchemy, and I was like, man, I want to meet this guy. Like, alchemy, like, that's a really close word to me. I've written a book in human performance, and that process of writing about all the things that I was learning for many years put me on my alchemy journey. And I had trained hundreds of entrepreneurs, hundreds of salespeople of how to do great professional work and be great business people, leaders, management. But then I learned the process of going within and doing the really difficult work.
Yeah.
And through challenge of being an entrepreneur and difficulties of things that happen in your life, you either let those move you the way they move you, or you say, no, I'm going to take hold of this and I'm going to take charge. I'm going to be courageous, and I'm going to take steps in my path of self-love and the journey of where I want to go, and I'm going to choose me every day in a way. I'm choosing other people, and so to be selfless, you got to be somewhat selfish. So you got to develop yourself in that process. You got to put yourself in the fire. But if you want to lead anybody, you've got to be able to lead yourself to first. And I think lead yourself first, and that's where alchemy comes in, is that process of becoming, where you show up every day for yourself and you do put in the work, and that's how you build self-love and self-esteem and self-confidence. And through that, I think you unlock this light energy that lives within all of us that says, wait, I do have the power. I have the power to make a difference in my own life, in other people's life. I just have to choose that, and then I have to be disciplined enough to show up every day to choose that.
Yeah, you make a great point with to be truly selfless. You know, there is an area where, you know, okay, so it's like I said, I want to help as many other entrepreneurs find their path into entrepreneurship as possible. And entrepreneurs, like, you know, it's in you. I believe that as much as I can't change the color of my eye, and you can't change the color, I want Leo's eyes, you know what I mean? And he might want my beard. You can't change it, right? God, I want both of your eyes. Beautiful freaking dudes around here. I'm feeling a little self-conscious now, but it's like, I can't change it. I think entrepreneurship is absolutely genetic. You know, it's in you. And for a lot of people, they are told to suppress it. You know, the educational system, you know, doesn't foster entrepreneurship. right?
Oh, employees only.
Oh, employees only. I was a terrible student. I couldn't pay attention. I was never locked in. C student. And the only reason I even passed high school is because I wanted to play football, right? So it's not encouraged, but the selfless and what I was sharing is like, okay, become a billionaire so that I can help as many other entrepreneurs find their path. Build alchemy, find that success so it's like it's the so that in the alchemy that, all right, Linxy needs to have 1 million users so that we can connect all of these people. And so for those entrepreneurs that have the so that, those are the most impactful. It's the ones that are like, oh, I want to become a billionaire, period. Okay, like I don't give a shit about supporting is this okay? I don't care about, I don't give a dang about supporting your vision because it's about you. But if your vision's about the next guy, now I can get behind that. So it's like not being short-sighted in that. Alchemy, a big part of why we chose that name. Our first location was in an old pharmacy. So we wanted to honor that legacy and that history, but then started reading into more like the definition of alchemy and then read the book, The Alchemist. Have you guys read that?
Oh, my favorite book.
Oh my gosh, right? So for those of you that haven't read it, if you're an entrepreneur, you're a dreamer, you have to read this book. But what I love, my biggest takeaway without spoiling the whole book, is what he wanted, he had all along. It was right under his nose, right? But he had to go out and he had to do the work. He had to travel the lands and then come back to realize it was always there. For the entrepreneur, it was always there. You always had it. You always had that skill set. You always had that mindset. You always had that vision. But you still have to go out and take the journey. You still have to take the risk and go learn the lessons to realize. Because if he would have just hung around, he would have never found it. He had to go and get beat half to death. I'm not going to spoil the book. Y'all got to go read it to come back and find it. So in that same way, we then named the company Alchemy. And our favorite definition of alchemy is the process of taking the ordinary and turning it into the extraordinary.
Oh, I love that.
So my alchemy is my outcome, but my alchemy is also my process. And isn't that entrepreneurship? It's the outcome and the process. So, all right, I've said enough. Leo, you're up.
Oh, man. I mean, it's a beautiful framework, and you don't have to achieve so that you can make an impact. You can make an impact by enjoying the process and by living that process and enjoying the alchemy that you are creating uniquely. So it's a beautiful framework, and you both have just riffed brilliantly on it, I think. So, yeah.
A lot of chemistry here. Yeah. Naturally. I can feel it.
Oh, yeah. Well, how long have you been in Charlotte?
7, 8 years, 2018.
Well, tonight what we're doing is we're highlighting some of the great businesses, community leaders, experiences in Charlotte. Is there any, whether it's restaurants, bars, facilities, community leaders, sporting teams, what comes to mind when you think of Charlotte that is either driving impact, it's building community, it's your favorite, hole in the wall bar? Like, what are your spots in Charlotte that you would love to shout out?
Yeah, that's good. I had to get there. Thank you for, a good interviewer, because they'll keep talking to let you drop the question, give the context, you guys are professionals.
Oh, no, that's favorable. That's too nice. We're not
professionals. Yeah. Well, you're faking it so you make it, and that's all right too. It's funny. I think about, as we're looking at Bank of America Stadium, I think about Charlotte FC, right? For me, it's my favorite thing to do in all of Charlotte. And what's cool about it is so many of us are transplants. I'm from New Mexico. You're from Ohio.
DC area.
No one's from Charlotte. Where are you from? Yeah, right. Okay, yeah, of course. Right. There's the one. Charlotte. So 1 in 4, right? 1 in 4 are from Charlotte, which is rare, right? So in Charlotte, what I love about the FC is that, who else had an MLS team? Did you have an Ohio MLS team? Maybe Columbus. Columbus is a big MLS team, right?
I'm not a soccer guy.
Right.
Yeah, I think right.
A lot of people are like, oh, I'm not an MLS guy. I'm not a soccer guy. I know that I wasn't. But I love about Charlotte FC is that we are a lot of transplants, but we could still come together around this thing, having a good time, celebrating, our culture in this city. And so I love Charlotte FC. I think that, obviously I'm thinking high level, but only philosophically, how people of all different backgrounds, when you go to a Hornets game or you go to a Panthers game, a lot of us come with our different allegiances, right? Our different background that we're actually interested in sports-wise. But Charlotte FC, we don't have MLS teams, so why not all surround ourselves with that? Also, being Latino myself, I just enjoy, it's probably the largest gathering of Latinos in all of North Carolina. We're all just, having beers and yelling loud. It's really awesome. But I enjoy that because I think it represents the community. But a lot of different things as far as different local establishments that I really enjoy. I think what I like is, so coming from New Mexico, and this is more of a general shout out to the city, coming from New Mexico, there's most of the places you go are very commercial chains type things. Not a lot of mom and pop shops. New Mexico is just not historically very business friendly. Historically, it's one of the poorest states in the country. So you don't have time to dream. Everyone's just trying to survive, right? So there's not a lot of mom and pop shops. Here, once I moved to Charlotte, all I look for are local joints. I want to go to the local joint where I know that whoever had this dream and had this vision probably lives a couple blocks away, right? They made this happen. They made this reality. So it's everywhere in Charlotte. You see it on every corner, even as we sit here at Graham Street Pub. You see it on every corner. Someone here believed in something more and made it happen. And you know they're probably popping around the bar somewhere. They're probably popping around the restaurant somewhere, making that reality. So it's more of a shout out to the city in general. I can't highlight or identify one specifically, but I think it's more of the culture of Charlotte that's very business forward and very personal in that way that I really enjoy.
Yeah, I feel like it's so important to support local, and I love your collaboration mindset. And now that you have created a little bit and you know, actually manifested, you know, your vision, you're actually helping others that have vision. Like, you know, you mentioned Unemployables, which, you know, is a new brand. You've also talked about you know, a social media marketer who's come to you and you've helped like enable her business and basically invested in her. And so you're like planting these seeds and opportunities with other locals and through the power of collaboration. So talk about that power of collaboration and how you're.
Will you tap her there, the one with her back to me?
Yeah.
Can I get your hat?
Oh, we got special guest hat coming in.
So yeah, this is Unemployable. And what I love about this, like to Leo's point, I made my dream reality. Now what? My dream was alchemy. It took 3 years to make that happen. I had no credit, no capital, nothing to make that happen. So I'm trying to sign commercial leases and I'm getting laughed out of the room. You know, I couldn't even get meetings to go and make this happen. And I get it. Like, I didn't have the capital, had the credit of a homeless ghost, you know, and also had never done this before. So I had vision. I kept visioneering. And I want to share this because, like, put it on my tombstone. If you never heard from me again, I would want people to really take this to heart. Money's always looking for opportunity. Opportunity needs to work harder to be found by the money. So opportunity will disqualify itself. How many people have said, well, if I had the money, I would, ... If I had, then I would. Well, money, there's money right now sitting in an account you don't even know where it's from, that believes in your vision, that believes in Linxy, right? That would say, I would write the fattest check because I care about that, but I'm not going to do it, but I would back it, right? So that's kind of how I got my first opportunity with my first location. So finally I made it happen. There was a South African, if he's not a billionaire, he's close. This guy owned a couple buildings in Gaston County and all around the country and said, I want to put something in this space, but I want it to be cool. I want it to be legacy minded, because he's thinking not, how do I get my money back in the next few years? He's thinking, how do I plant seeds that will pay dividends for 30, 40, 50 years? I mean, he's in his 70s, 80s, so he's not thinking about the money he'll see. He's thinking about his legacy. So he finds my vision and he's like, yep, that's it. How do we make it happen? And I said, easy. I'll sign a market rate lease for 10 years and you pay for everything. The construction, and I got no money, so pay for the furniture too. And he's like, done. Wow. So he won't see his money back till year 9. But what he was looking for was not money. He was looking for a long-term asset that would continue to pour into his legacy and also be a part of his legacy. So that money, he bought this building in 2016. In 2016, I was still running around New Mexico as police officer, you know, National Guard soldier, whatever. He was looking for my opportunity. So when I started to put my opportunity out there, the money found me and made it happen. And that's how the second and third location came to be. So I made my dream reality. Now what? Now I want to make other people's dream reality. And one of those is in Unemployable. So we launched this brand, Unemployable. It's UN, un, and then the E, unemployable, or entrepreneur, you know, entrepreneur. And this hat was actually designed by a local designer and print shop out of Gaston County. Nice. So for example, he designed it. I sent him some ideas, some slogans, some thoughts. He designed it completely. He gave me the colors. He even did our logo. And what we did was we said, hey, give us 4 hats. We want to do limited drops with local printers. And it's not just that we buy the hats and then we go sell them and we make the profit. It's not that we even do a rev share. We buy them at his market rate, so he gets paid up front. But then on our website, if you went to our website, which every hat even has the QR code in it. So it's like, bro, sick hat, great, you know, scan it, right? You'll see his story. So we're promoting other people's dreams and their print shop and what they're doing with it as well, right? So it's like,
cool.
I made my dream happen, now what? So that's one of a few. I had another girl, she loves social media, which who loves social media, you know what I mean?
God bless them.
Not us, but it's necessary. She loves social media. She had no idea how to run the business. So I said, I'll partner with you. We'll do a social media management company. You do the social media, I'll handle the business. So we partnered with her. Another one, the biggest one as of late that Leo just mentioned, is Alchemy Studios. I had a friend, Will Taylor. He's a photographer, very well-known photographer in Charlotte, a lot of wedding photography, and then a videographer, Greg, with Round 7 Productions. They were friends of mine through Alchemy. We connected through Alchemy, came to me and said, man, I have this vision for this production studio. I'm like, man, like, I love it. They're like, can you help? Like, well, yeah, like, I feel like I stumbled into commercial real estate, but I'll give you what I got, right? So this is about 2 years ago. I'm negotiating my third location in this apartment complex, and they're like, hey, we have a lot of space. Do you have any other models you want to bring along? So I call Greg. I'm like, hey, I think I have the space for your studio. So we go and tour it. He's like, dude, this is great. Will you partner with us? And I'm like, absolutely, I'd love that. Like, ultimately, what the studio's doing is equipping photography, videography entrepreneurs, right? Production entrepreneurs. I want to help entrepreneurs make a dream reality. So this is right in my vein. So we're talking about the name, and he's the one that said, hey, let's call it Alchemy Studios, because alchemy is why we met. Alchemy is our process. Let's continue to honor that. So I made my dream reality. Now what? I could die the happiest man. Knock on something. Look at this guy. Knock on wood. I could die the happiest man tomorrow. Like, my dream became reality. But where I'm at now is, how do I make as many others' dreams reality as possible? That's what we're doing in the everyday. So Alchemy's not co-working. That's our vessel. That's our vehicle to make that reality. Yeah. So partnering with something like Linxy is like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and the story is important because money buys and is looking for that vision that shows why it actually is important and fits within that person who has the money's vision as well.
That's kind of where we started. Is money
Yeah.
finds the vision.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Money.
Money is always looking for opportunity. Opportunity has to work harder to be found by the money.
That's right. Yeah, and
I'm sure I can workshop that, a little bit. But.
Keanu, I mean, wow, amazing wisdom that you have. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge how you're moving in the world, how you're inspiring others through the power of your communication, but also how you're actually impacting entrepreneurs and creators for positive impact in the community here in Charlotte and Gastonia. So you're amazing. Keep doing you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Thanks for coming on. Cheers.
Cheers.
Friday night.
Oh, let's
We're
go.
done. What a finish with Keanu.
All right, boys, right here.
Keanu.
Right here.
Oh, we gotta get it.
Oh.
And we can get Matt to take a full picture of us.
Oh, let's make it a selfie first because it's authentic. Get in here, Joel.
Yeah, come on.
All right, there.
Oh.
Matt, will you take a picture?
Yeah,
Josh.
Oh, sorry, Josh.
But I would assume that I was Matt based on what they've been saying.
Yeah, Matt's over there drinking a beer. Oh, boom.
guys are having too much fun. Oh, what do we got here? Is this a shot?
Oh yeah,
With
that's
the
a
man
shot,
inside?
bro. That's
Come
it.
on.
Yeah, you know it.
Amazing. Wait, so I guess maybe I could wait till when we actually start. But where's your background from, Dimitri?
So I'm Greek.
Oh,
yeah,
amazing.
So
Love that.
mom and dad, born and raised, and they came to. My dad came to Chicago, and then he went to Greensboro, and then he came here, and been here ever since.
Amazing.
Leo, you want me to kick this one off?
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
How about you? Where are you from?
I'm Brazilian. I'm the
Okay.
American cousin of my Brazilian family. So, yeah, that's me.
Football?
Football.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You have to be.
You know.
You have to be.
Golfer.
I am a golfer, but I play football. Not this football. Different.
Real football.
Real football.
You guys.
What about, man? Greece is so interesting. Maybe I'll save this actually for.
Save some.
I'm gonna save it because I got fun
right.
Greece and soccer.
I'll be. Well, they'll be interesting. I'm a big Greek soccer fan.
Yeah.
You say you're like Maharis?
Maharis. In Greek, you say Macheras.
Maqueda.
I'm gonna say it in Greek.
Yeah, come on, let's get it right, Joel.
Yeah, I want to make sure. I know, I screw shit up. I push buttons.
Chris is like not wanting to like tell
Hey,
you
with
again
the-
to hold the mic up because you're terrible at it.
With the air gone now, the wind, is it better to have the other ones? Or is
No,
this still
those are the wing ones.
No, you're just holding it very
Go and
far.
let him know that I'm gonna be.
Yeah. Yes, just tell it how it is. You stink.
All I said was you're holding it a little far away, so I increased the gain on it for you so you can be comfortable and I get better audio. Okay.
I don't know anything. I'm really bad at my job.
Did he tell you he came here to Graham St? when he first
Yes,
started?
he told that story,
Cool
right?
story,
It is a
yeah.
cool story.
Cool story,
And
right?
I just met him yesterday.
I was just telling him.
And then he
that's
told
an
me the
awesome
story, and I was like, man, it's meant to be. This is
Yeah,
fun.
that was an awesome story. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's a great story.
All right, we are back live here at Graham Street Pub Rooftop for opening night of Charlotte Knights. And we've got the owner of Graham Street Pub, which I'm so inspired by, especially that putt you hit last year. That was sexy.
So, me and my buddies, we go golfing, and me and Dimitri end up on the same team. And the last putt, to end it, to win it, Dimitri hits the putt. We're best friends.
Synced it.
And now we're business partners.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And so I was like, wow, hey, you want to be business partners? Here we go.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
So, we're just, thank you so much for having us out here today.
Of course, of course.
It's been amazing, truly.
Awesome. Glad to have you guys, man.
Yeah, we want to learn a little bit about your journey and what you've done, because you're such an amazing community here in Charlotte, and the way that you treat your people, your staff. I know several of them. Everybody raves about you. And, where did it begin for you? How did you get into this business? And, what does the Charlotte community really mean to you?
Yeah, well, that's nice to hear that most of my employees like me most of the time, right?
Most
of them, right? Growing up here, it's just my father was in the restaurant business. I grew up in the restaurant business when I was in school at FSU. I learned the bar side of it, and I saw potential. My brother was in the restaurant business, so we kind of got together and we were like, hey, let's do something. I moved back home, and this was, I want to say Graham Street was number 3 that we've done. This was the 3rd restaurant. I had sold and had some prior, and then now we have about 3 total, but this one is my baby. This is my favorite one out of all of them. Just because it was from the ground up. This one was a shell. Nothing was here. It was just, the patio was woods. When we first got here, this was an old Wolfman camera, if y'all remember that, in
Wolfman
1985 or something like
That's
that.
when
Yeah.
you got this place?
No, I didn't get.
Oh.
No. It was before Graham Street. It was a Wolfman camera in like 85 to like 90. When I got this place, it was boarded up. It was just
really.
Yeah, I think I've showed you. I will show you before pictures. You'll be like, holy cow, that was Graham Street.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
And you became owner when?
So this was about 9 years ago. When was it? 2018.
Okay.
So I love being here. I love the city of Charlotte. Like I said, I'm from here, so it has a special place in my heart. It always will. That's why I moved back. Not many people move back from Florida, but Charlotte's really cool, and it's happening. It's an awesome city. So.
And you've got so much action around here now. You got the Panther Stadium here that's been here, I don't know, 15 years maybe. And you got the new Knight Stadium that, we talked to the Charlotte Knights COO earlier tonight. I think they launched this stadium in 2015 or so, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there, yeah. I think it was, I believe it was like 2015 or so.
So it was really like the perfect time to get this place.
Yeah, it worked out really well. The only downfall was the Panthers were on the peak, and they couldn't go any further up, unfortunately. So we started slipping a little bit, but now we're back on the peak.
That was like
so that's
Jake
a good
Delhomme
thing.
days.
No,
or something?
not that far. That was when towards Cam's end of Cam's career.
Yeah.
So maybe so they went 2015 to the Super Bowl. So about 3 years. They got to a playoff. The first home playoff game though that we ever had at Graham Street was this past one. So that was awesome, and it was an incredible experience. A lot of energy. I haven't seen the city that excited about something in a long time. So
And the city is just continuing to blossom, as a city, but also the sports teams. Like, it feels like we're really starting to come up. The Hornets are obviously doing better. The Panthers now, the Charlotte Knights are just, what an experience. Do you have a favorite team here in Charlotte if you had to pick one?
if I had to pick one, it would definitely be the Charlotte Hornets, just because they've been here the longest for me, because I remember them as a child. They did leave to go to New Orleans and then come back, but that would be the Charlotte Hornets. Basketball was just awesome then. I mean, I used to go to the Coliseum on Tyvola Road, so it was really cool, but that's probably my favorite sports team in Charlotte.
Yeah, we were. I had several trivia questions for tonight, and one that I didn't launch on our app Linxy because we're doing live interactions all night here. Is one of the questions was, when did the Bobcats become the Hornets again? Do you remember what year? Because it was a transition where everybody's like, "We're done with the Bobcats. Bring back the Hornets."
I want to say it was 2013 or 14, if I'm not mistaken. I think I could be wrong.
Okay.
My
10 years. It's been like 10 years, I think.
my guess is 2017.
That's my guess. 2017.
No, that's
He knows better.
That's
he's
too.
more of a super fan than us.
We trust Dimitri.
That's too early, I think, because I think it was when Michael Jordan got the team. I think it was 1 year with the Bobcats, and then he was.
I think you're right.
Was after that, so I think it's been at least 10 years.
All right, fact check us. Live audience, fact check us.
Yeah, right.
Bobcats back to the Hornets. The city was buzzing we need the Hornets. Bring them back.
So Dimitri, you're basketball. You love Charlotte Hornets. You're obviously a golfer, but you're Greek too. So I mean, come on. I'm Brazilian. I love football, soccer. Tell me about your experience with soccer.
Yeah, so I mean, I played. I played in high school. I played collegiately for a couple years at Wingate, and I love the game. I mean, I hope my son, he's 5 years old now. I hope he takes it on. We'll see. In the beginning stages, you don't know, right? Because he's just running around there. So, but it's I used to coach when I was at Florida State too. So I love the game of football. I can't even tell you how much it's amazing.
It's an amazing sport, especially for young kids. That's why so many people play it. It's building dexterity, hand-eye coordination. Joel's like, why are we talking about soccer? He hates it, but I love it. I'm biased, but also just a super unique story. I remember, I believe Greece won a Euro Cup, didn't they? And they did it with scoring almost no goals. Found a way to tie. Win in overtime, win in penalty kicks, and they just had this miraculous run. I still have that childhood memory. Was it 2004 or
Hell yeah, 2004. Hey, we got more European championships than I believe England, believe it or not, because I don't think they ever won the Euro. So we won up them on that. So I was actually in college, and I remember seeing that last game, and I was watching with some old school Greek guys that owned restaurants down there. I was the only young kid. I was 19, and I think he hit that header, it exploded. I mean, everybody was just going nuts. It was unreal. It was an unreal experience. My cousin was actually in Toronto, and he didn't really like soccer at the time. And then once they won that European Championship, he said the atmosphere in Toronto was insane because they have a big Greek town there, and he just became a soccer fan after that. Maybe we should take you there.
Yeah, soccer.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. World Cup's coming.
I want to be at that. You guys shared a moment there. And life is all about shared experiences.
Right,
That's what
that's
we're
right.
about at Linxy, is shared experiences. How do you find people that you can share the right experiences with? And what you guys just went through there, I was like, I'm kind of jealous. Like, I'm over here liking football and basketball. And
You don't have to be jealous. We got the World Cup coming. We're going to come back to Graham Street Pub in June.
We'll watch all the games. Hopefully, the U.S. will do well. Brazil's in it. They'll probably do real well. Unfortunately, Greece didn't make it, but hey, we can cheer for the Americans, you know.
Hey, we can cheer for the Americans. We can
All
also
right.
shared experience. We can have a shot here tonight.
Let's have a shot.
Hey, tequila to end the night for this event. Here we go. Woo.
Cheers, guys.
Wow. All right.
Awesome.
Now we get loose. All right. Now the good questions. All right.
All right, what you got, Joel?
So I know you've been all about community. Tell us a little bit about the businesses in Charlotte. You've been here for a very long time. Your brother, that was probably your brother driving by.
Yeah.
It seems like your brother John.
It's not that wild, right?
No, but your brother also runs Caswell Station, John.
Yes.
And so you guys have found yourself in the service business. Have you seen any other businesses that, or community leaders that you're like, wow, I love what they're doing? Or how do you think about businesses and service and community leaders? Are there some that stand out to you, or are there metrics that make a great business?
Yeah, in the restaurant business, I would think here in Charlotte, especially the I forget their last name, but it's the couple that owns Haberdish and Laylola Hall and all that. They do a lot for the community. It's very inspiring, and it makes me. And I do my fair share too. And I try to, anytime anything comes up, like I think I'm doing some with cystic fibrosis recently, and then just like a lot of things like that. But like that group particularly stands out to me because they do an awesome job with the community, and their restaurants are great, and they have really cool concepts.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Haberdish is great. Yeah. I mean, I don't eat fried chicken often, but when I do, I'm going to Haberdish. Like, come on. Now.
Yeah, it's a good place. Yeah.
But you're a fried cauliflower here. What do you
good,
like?
Yeah.
You've had clearly this. I've eaten at Graham Street here at least 20 times. When you think of your menu and what you like best, outside of the fried cauliflower, which gets me every time, what do you? What are your dishes that you think about at Graham Street Pub, or how do you think about the food and the drink here?
Yeah, so here, I would like the Wagyu sliders are some of my favorite. We got a bison burger if you're trying to eat a little healthier, a little leaner. Want to go on the other side? We got a great fried chicken sandwich, and our chicken tenders, in my opinion, a little biased, are the best in town. But that's just me.
Ant says the same thing. Our
Yeah,
buddy
there
that we
you
both
go.
know, he's like, get their chicken tenders at Graham Street.
All right, we're ordering some.
Ant knows. Yeah, of course you can.
Kind of hungry.
That's coming.
Yeah. So wow. Yeah. And anything else? Is there anything upcoming that you would like Charlotte to know about? Any upcoming events, gatherings, social events that you guys have?
Yeah, so with baseball season starting off, obviously that's a big boom for us. We're doing live music tomorrow before the game. I believe it's 5 to 8, and then on Sunday we're also doing a DJ set where we're bringing in 4 local DJs that do a set about 45 minutes, and then we're gonna let the crowd decide who the winner is, and the winner gets $500. So pretty cool deal. You get to play 45 minutes of music and potentially win $500. So. I think that would be really neat. The DJs are excited about it, and hopefully it catches on with the city, and people enjoy it. And that's what we're trying to do here, right? We got a beautiful. You can't beat it. It's a beautiful night. It's something you want to create and try and make sure that people vibe with you too. They like the energy in here and stuff like that, and that's why I try and do my best. That's why I always say hello and goodbye to my guests, just so they know, like, hey, somebody actually is here that wants you to come back, because there's a lot of places in Charlotte that, you got a lot of corporate stuff. There's no local things anymore, it's just, and you don't have that Southern hospitality like you used to, and it's gone away. So, here I hope most of my guests come in and they're like, man, there was really friendly staff. So
yeah,
hopefully more people do that in the city.
That's really how I met you. Like, my friends are regulars.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
You have such a strong regular community here because people love how you set this place up. Like I said, I've got several friends, bartenders that work here, and when I think of like businesses that really exemplify that, I do think of Graham Street Pub and what you're doing here. So
Well, I
a
appreciate
tribute
that.
to you.
Thank
and
you.
well
I
done.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. It's important to acknowledge because there are still really great local businesses that are building community of people that want to continue to come back to these venues and spaces. And it boils down to the experience. That's why you say you end up going to talk to these people that are coming into your space is because the experience you want to curate is one that is different than just any other venue or restaurant or space. So that is central to what we believe at Linxy is what differentiates spaces is the experience that you create. And so you've done an intentional job. So we definitely want to acknowledge you and just appreciate that with gratitude towards, offering us this space to do our Linxy Live activation.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Like I said, I'm here for. This is an awesome experience that you guys are doing it. I mean, it's really cool the way and that's what you want. You want to bring people together. And like being in the bar industry, seeing more people, seeing people have a good time, it means something. It makes you feel like, hey, they're having a good time at my place. That's awesome. And like what Joel said, like most of his friends are regulars here. So and it wasn't like I went up like I knew them beforehand. It was like they came in here and I saw them come in a couple times and I was like, hey guys, I've seen y'all come in a couple times. Nice to meet y'all. And just relationships take off like that. And you're like, hey man, now we golf together. Not regularly. He's a little bit busy now, but I'll get him on the. I'll get both of y'all on the course.
Let's do it. One thing Joel needs more of is golf.
There you go.
That's some more golf time.
That's right.
Entrepreneurship is hard.
It is. And Dimitri knows that.
Yes, it is. It is very difficult.
Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. We've got Dimitri, Graham Street Pub owner, and that's how we're going to close the night. Under the skyline, under the lights. Let's go.
Man, Graham Street Pub, check it out. Local businesses support local. Come on now.
Thank you, boys, man.
Of course.
Always enjoy it.
Appreciate you, Dimitri. Great to see you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you,
Well,
guys.
We'll get you some good clips. We're going to cut it all up and edit it. We're going to send you some clips that you can use for social media.
Absolutely. Let me know.
and even some of the live, even if it's not this interview.
Oh, you're going to get tagged to every company that was here tonight and every company that we talked about.
All right, Josh, now we're up.
When I saw you, I was like, I think I owe her $475. Oh, did she get the rental? She's in there, right?
Yeah, no, she's
Yes, absolutely. Well, she was clearly balking or hesitating